League Championship Series back home in Seattle. Gary Hill with you alongside Rick Riz, Aaron Goldsmith, Shannon Dreher, Ian Douglas back in our Seattle studios. Mariners taking the first two games in Toronto, now looking for a commanding 3-0 lead. They'll hand the ball to George Kirby, who's been simply brilliant in the postseason so far this year. We'll come back. We'll take a look at the rest of the starting lineups when we return right after this.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skills backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you'd never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Hey, baseball fans. Want to stay ahead of the curve? Well, become a Mariners insider. Text Mariners to 24247. That's 24247 to receive text messages including breaking news, pre-sale offers, ticket specials, player messages, and more. Message and data rates may apply. Or if you prefer email, visit mariners.com/insider and sign up to get all the latest info delivered free to your inbox, wherever you are. Mariners Baseball. Seize the moment.
Bigger, better, and clearly the best in the Northwest. Experience the best games, the best food, and the best rooms and suites at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. It's a home run. Muckleshoot.
Make the play of the day right at the pump. When you stop at Arco, you're getting quality top-tier gas for less. And that's one for the highlight reel. Take the win at Arco. Savings based on independent retail price survey.
Randy Johnson has just thrown out the first pitch to Logan Gilbert. That's a way to get tonight started as we get closer to first pitch here between the Mariners and the Blue Jays. Game 3, as we take a look at the starting lineups presented by Global Credit Union, where members enjoy benefits like 24/7, 365 personal service, no fee accounts. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, strengthen members. Here's tonight's starting lineup for Dan Wilson.
This is Dan Wilson. Here's our starting lineup for tonight.
Leading off in left field.
Randy Rosarena, y soy cubano y mexicano.
Randy Rosarena, his career-high 24th home run of the season.
Batting second, the Gold Glove catcher.
Big Dumper.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Batting third, the center fielder.
Julio Rodriguez from Loma de Cabrera, Dominican Republic.
Julio, he's second of the day, and the celebration is on here at T-Mobile Park. This place has erupted.
Batting cleanup at second base.
Jorge Polanco, San Pedro de Macorís.
Jorge Polanco, his second of the game, into Edgar's. Lightning strikes twice.
Batting fifth, the first baseman.
Josh Naylor, Mississauga, Canada.
Bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor.
Six, the third baseman.
Eugenio Suarez, Venezuela.
Walk it off, Gino. 3-run blast, and the Mariners have won it.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter.
Dominic Canzone, Cleveland, Ohio, The Ohio State University.
Now Canzone jumping up and down. He's going to take a tour around the bases.
Eighth, right fielder.
Rito Robles, de República Dominicana, Santo Domingo Este.
Diving for the ball, making the catch is Robles. The throw into second base. They are going to double up Myers.
Batting ninth, the shortstop.
J.P. Crawford, Long Beach, California.
J.P. Crawford with a walk-off 2-run home run.
Taking the ball for the Mariners.
Jordan Kirby, Ryan York, Elon University.
Swing and a miss! 98-mile-an-hour bolt up and out of the strike zone in the attic to Parker Meadows. Kirby has given you every single thing you needed tonight.
All right, here we go. Game 3. The American League Championship Series back at home Mariners and Blue Jays in Seattle. We have first pitch and play-by-play coming your way right after this.
Let's be honest. Too many real estate agents are grinding day and night, giving everything they've got, yet you still feel invisible, unsupported, and alone. High splits, lousy leads, outdated training, no culture. That's not a career. That's survival mode. Hi, I'm Robert Henry, a best-selling author, performance coach, and co-founder of Haven Real Estate Group. We created Haven for growth-minded agents who are done settling. Here, you get real mentorship, proven systems, quality leads, and a team culture that has new agents closing 3 to 4 times the industry average in their very first year. At Haven, it's about partnership. It's about becoming the most elite version of yourself, personally and professionally, while surrounded by others doing the same. Stop surviving. Start thriving. Visit havenrealestategroup.com and click the Join Us tab to begin your journey today.
Well, you can wear what the players are wearing on the field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, so much more. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite Mariners postseason gear. Well, the lineups at home plate have been exchanged. The Mariners getting ready to take the field behind George Kirby as we are nearing first pitch here from T-Mobile Park. Gary Hill, Aaron Goldsmith, Rick Riz all here. And guys, pivotal game 3 here. It's the Mariners looking to take a commanding 3-0 lead. The Blue Jays trying to get themselves back into this series to cut it to 2-1. We'll see what happens here today.
Gary, the Mariners back home before a packed house here at T-Mobile Park. The last couple of home games here during the postseason against Detroit, the Mariners won. They had that 15-inning marathon that the Mariners won 3-2, and game 2 they won by a score of 3-2. They're back home, and George Kirby is going on 4 days rest. So that's great news. The Mariners have been able to juggle that pitching staff enough to get to this point. Bryce Miller was able to set everything up in game 1 in Toronto, that 3-1 win going 6 innings. And then in game 2, the Mariners used the offense to win that one by a score of 10-3. Jay Buhner right now getting everybody pumped up here on the field. Let's go Mariners.
Don't give him the trident.
Let's go Mariners!
Listen to the bone.
I love you guys. This is why you're the greatest sports town and fans in the world. God bless you. Go Mariners!
The one and only Jay Buhner getting everybody pumped up. Everybody on their feet already, and George Kirby has yet to throw a pitch tonight here in game 3 of this best of 7 4-game series. 2 more wins. The Mariners will win their first ever American League pennant and punch a ticket to their first ever World Series performance. And Aaron, these fans are ready to go, and so are the Mariners.
Well, the only person in this ballpark more nervous than the Blue Jays a moment ago was Gary as he faded up the bone on the PA feed. I think you dodged a bullet there. You're all right there, Gary.
Well, let's just say the mic has, hasn't always been trusted during postseason celebrations.
No, the mic works just fine.
No, the mic is fine.
Well, this is what a pivotal game. I mean, the Mariners win tonight. They're up 3-0, and you're on the doorstep of your first ever pennant win. And for the Blue Jays, they're hoping that in that arm that has been surgically repaired for Shane Bieber, that has barely been a Blue Jay over the course of his young Toronto career, acquired at the deadline. They're hoping that he's got some kind of magic in there to kind of revive what he has done historically against the Mariners. He's pitched very well in his career against the M's, especially here, but that was a long time ago. And maybe a different version of Shane Bieber. He's not a guy who throws hard, but he can spin it, and if he can locate, it could be a tough day at the office for any hitter. And here comes Kirby on the Mariners.
How about George Kirby in his 2 postseason starts in games 1 and 5 here at home against the Detroit Tigers? No decision because game 1 went 11, game 5 went 15 innings, but he was outstanding. A combined 10 innings of work, giving up only 3 earned runs. And in that first game, he went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, 1 walk, struck out 8. In the second outing on October the 10th, that ended up going 15 innings. He went 5+ innings, gave up only 1 run and just 3 hits with no walks and 6 strikeouts. So in his first 2 outings in the postseason, only 1 walk and 14 strikeouts. And guys, that's George Kirby.
Yeah, he's pitched here both times as well, and the stuff has really played up. I don't think that's a big surprise. We've Seen a lot of 98s, especially early in ball games.
Yeah.
I would expect more of the same tonight. Is this crowd already ready to go?
They kind of an odd first pitch time, a little after 5 o'clock on a work day, no less. But this place is completely maxed out right now.
Work should be optional this time of year for Seattle right now.
Worth noting, not many Blue Jay fans in the house.
Yes.
Exactly. This crowd is ready to go. I mean, take a look at the folks up in the rafters, high up there in right field. This is like a national holiday when it comes to postseason play. The Mariners getting to the American League Championship for only the 4th time. And the previous 3 outings, 95, 2000, 2001. So the Mariners are playing their first home game in the American League Championship Series in 24 years. You got to go back to 2001 when the Mariners were taking on the New York Yankees. Furious George Kirby has completed his warm-up tosses, and George Springer will lead things off for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Mariners lead 2-0 in this best of 7 ALCS, trying to get to the World Series. Man, the last time we were here against Detroit, the fans were on their feet for 5 hours in that marathon. Kirby is ready to go. The tall right-hander out of Rye, New York. Springer steps in. George getting ready to deliver the first pitch of the evening, and here it comes to Springer. Check swing. It's going to be a strike, and we are underway, and listen to the roar of the crowd. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. Mariners winning 3-1 and 10-3 in Toronto. The windup and the 0-1 to Springer. Swinging a chopper to third. 2-hopper taken by Gino. Toss across in time to get Springer. And there's one away. Yeah, they're pumped up. We're excited too. And I know you're excited back home wherever you may be. To listening to our voices for Game 3 of this ALCS. Nathan Lucas will now hit for the Blue Jays. Time now for the roof report from 3 Tree Roofing. The roof is wide open on a beautiful Wednesday night here in Seattle. The roof report brought to you by 3 Tree Roofing, the #1 roofer in Washington. Go to 3treeroofing.com for a free estimate today. The wind of the pitch to Lucas is a strike on the outside corner. Letter high, and the count is 0-1. Folks, we already had a great morning today as Gary and Arian and I had a chance to hoist the Mariner flag high atop the Space Needle. Here's a swing and a pop-up on a play on the third base side, and the count is 0-2. And guys, it's kind of a trek to get to that platform above the Space Needle. Were you guys all right getting up there?
3 points of contact is all I remember.
2 hands, 1 foot, and get yourself up to the platform deck to raise the Mariners flag, flying high above the Space Needle right now. George Kirby looking for his first strikeout. 0-2 the count on Lucas. Kirby ready, the windup, and the 0-2 on the way, and it's going to be inside. Missed with a sinker for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. George during the regular season 10-8 with a 4.21 ERA. Missed a lot of time in the first 2 months of the season. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him with a fastball at 97 miles an hour. So 2 up and 2 down for the Blue Jays. Here in the top of the first inning, there is strikeout number 1 for George. Here in Game 3, and that'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is 0 for 7 in the series, but always very, very dangerous. Vlad during the regular season at .292, 23 home runs, 84 RBIs. The wind and the pitch to Vlad, and it's going to be low and outside for ball 1. Kirby, 27 years of age. Mariners in their home whites. And for the Blue Jays, wearing their powder blues here on the road. In Game 1 of the series here in Seattle, pitch on the way, swinging a foul out of play on the first base side, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But the Mariners really took it to Toronto in Toronto, winning the first 2 games. And Dan Wilson, skipper of the ball club, Pete Woodworth, the pitching coach for the Mariners, did a great job of juggling the starters and the bullpen. Here's the pitch of the way, swinging a 1-hopper to third, high in the air, pulling it down. Gino, spin move, 1-hop throw to first, and he hits on by Naylor into the dugout, and Guerrero will be awarded second base. Gino came in, had to go back a big 1-hopper. He was able to come down with it, little snow cone in the webbing of his glove, spin move to his glove side with a low throw, and Naylor had a rough time trying to get to it. So Guerrero is on at second base.
Those are the kind of ground balls we see from Julio often. Just those big bounders that was hit hard, 103 off the bat. It's very similar in that way, and that was a tough play.
That's going to be a base hit for Guerrero and a throwing error. And that'll bring up Anthony Santander. Runner at second, 2 outs. Kirby a check of Vlad. Down the stretch of the pitch to Santander, and it's going to be over for a strike. 0-1. Home plate umpiring tonight is Ben May, calling balls and strikes. Marvin Hudson at first. DJ Rayburn at second. Quinn Wolcott at third. On the lines, Ryan Addington and Doug Eddings. In left and right, the stretch by Kirby. And the 0-1 pitch is going to be up and in on Santander for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blue Jays tying the Yankees for the best record in the American League East this year at 94-68. But the Blue Jays had the tiebreaker. Now the look in by George, and the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Santander. And a fastball up and in, tied them up. And again, the fans rising to their feet in unison here at T-Mobile Park. That pitch had some giddy up, and right over the top of the barrel of the bat of Santander. Guerrero on at second with 2 outs. Julio Rodriguez a little bit toward left center field for Santander, batting from the left side. Kirby looking in, looking for another strikeout. The stretch, a look back, and the 1-2 to Santander, and it's going to be up and in, straightens him up. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. On deck for Toronto, catcher Alejandro Kirk. Blue Jays managed by John Schneider, now in his 3rd year with the ball club. Kirby in with a sign from Cal, a check of the runner. The 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kirby striking out Santander, his 2nd strikeout here in the 1st inning, and that's going to be it for the Blue Jays. What a start for George. No runs ahead and a man left on. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Blue Jays 0 and the Mariners coming up.
In the Pacific Northwest, there's one construction equipment rental provider of choice, Star Rentals. The Star Rentals team delivers superior customer service by leading with a culture of care and delivering unmatched follow-through across all 18 Star Rentals locations. Star Rentals is the largest independent construction equipment rental company in the Pacific Northwest, delivering quality care because they care. Learn more at starrentals.com. Star Rentals, the preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. There's no better way to catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, access to exclusive pre-sales and events, and more. And you've got 2 great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark so you can make your favorite spot home all summer long, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season.
Oh, he makes the catch. What a snag by Julio Rodriguez.
Or go with a Flex membership, which gives you the freedom to choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go. Terrace Club, bleachers, right behind the dugout, divvy it up however you want. This season's been a whole lot of fun, and you won't want to miss out in 2026. Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
The Mariners, their 3rd consecutive shutout win.
Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Hundreds of beautiful rooms and suites, rooftop dining at Smoke and Cedar, and the best gaming in the Northwest. All waiting for you at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Muckleshoot.
Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Blue Jays 0 and the Mariners coming up here in the bottom of the 1st inning to take a look at veteran right-hander Shane Bieber. Bieber last year had the Tommy John surgery while he was with Cleveland, traded away by Cleveland in July of this year to the Blue Jays, so he's missed a lot of time. He was taken off the 60-day injured list on August the 22nd, made his debut with the Blue Jays, his Blue Jay debut on August the 22nd. So he hasn't pitched that much, but when he was healthy, he was one of the better pitchers in the American League with Cleveland. Shane Bieber on in relief. 4-2 during the regular season and just 7 starts at the end of the year with a 3.57 ERA. He's got a 4-seam fastball, slider, knuckle curve, changeup, and a cutter. Randy Arozarena will lead off the bottom of the 1st inning. Mariners in their home whites. Bieber ready. The windup and the pitch on the way to Randy, and it's going to be low and outside for ball one. Coach down at third base. Chris Negron at first base. Eric Young Jr. Outfield about straight away will set up the Blue Jays defense. The windup and the low pitch, and that's down and away for ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Nathan Lucas is in left field tonight for the Blue Jays. Dalton Varsho is in center. Great defense there. Santander in right. Next offer a breaking ball for a strike. And the count is now 2-1. It's Barger, Jimenez, Clement, and Guerrero third to first. The battery of Bieber and Kirk. The windup and the 2-1 pitch way up and in for ball 3 as Randy gets out of the way. And Randy's been hit about 30 times this season. Cal Raleigh due up next. Bieber ready. The windup and the right-hander's 3-1 pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Randy Arozarena. The Mariners look to get off to a good start offensively, and that's what they did against the Blue Jays just a few days ago with a 3-run home run by Julio Rodriguez in the top of the first inning. Here's Cal Raleigh, the modern-day Bambino. 60 home runs during the season and match Babe Ruth for the 3rd most home runs in American League history. The look in by Bieber. And the pitch on the way to Cal. It's going to be a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The only other American League hitters to hit more home runs than Cal, Aaron Judge with 62 and Roger Maris with 61 in the American League. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1 on the way to Cal. Swinging a well-hit ball, and he yanks it foul way over into foul territory down the right field side into the upper deck that curves around. And even the foul balls that Cal hits are prolific. So 0-2 the count on Cal Raleigh. And he also led the American League in runs batted in with 115. And the 60 home runs led all of Major League Baseball. The first Mariner to do that. He's instant offense standing up at home plate. Randy a lead at first base. Held on by Guerrero. Now the stretch by Bieber. He delivers to Cal, and it's a breaking ball that's low and inside for ball 1. 1 ball. And 2 strikes. Cal 0 for 3 on Monday, but having a really good postseason. 10 for 28. That's an average of .357 with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. In the opening game in Toronto, a home run that tied the game at 1. And then Polanco's been a hero during the postseason. Came up with an RBI single and another one after that. Here's the pitch to Cal. And that breaking ball is inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Mariners, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. A lot of fans are still on their feet, and they're used to this after the last time we played here in that 15-inning win over the Detroit Tigers. I don't think anybody sat down the entire game. The third baseman, Barger, playing way off the line. He's playing shortstop. Behind the bag, near the bag, is Jimenez. Now the set by Bieber. And the 2-2 to Cal, swinging a fly ball shallow down the left field line. Lucas on the run. Foul territory. He's there, and he makes the catch. Fires the ball all the way to first base, and Randy gets back to the bag. Lucas's throw, instead of going to the second, went all the way to first. But Randy back in time. So 1 on and 1 away, and here's Julio. Say, friends, come see why everyone visits Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood, the only Excellence Award winner in the entire Northwest. State-of-the-art dealership, amazing selection of new and pre-owned Volvos, because you're going to come in as a friend and leave as part of the family with a great car. Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood and SandbergVolvoCars.com. Here's Julio Rodriguez, the big 3-run home just days ago in Toronto. Toss over to first base, and Randy just gets back in time with a dive, reaching for the back corner of the bag, and a heck of a move by Bieber. 1 on, 1 away, no score. We are just underway. Julio during the regular season, .267 average, 32 home runs, 30 guys, second time in the big leagues. Here's the stretch. And now the pitch. On the way to Julio. There goes Randy. Good jump pitch on the way, a strike. The throw it on a second. It's not in time. Randy safe at second base with a stolen base. No chance for Alejandro Kirk, as Randy got a huge jump, and he gets himself into scoring position.
That was a great jump by Randy, who was almost thrown out at first base twice. Once by Lucas and once by Bieber, and now maybe a little safer territory at second.
Now let's see what he wants to do on it. Second, trying to be held on by Clement. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Julio, and it's up and in. Almost hit him. Ball one, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Julio in the postseason, 6 for 29 with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. As we mentioned, that big 3-run home run at Rogers Center that jump-started the Mariners offense. Bieber looked back at Randy. The stretch and the pitch to Julio. Swing and a well-hit ball. Deep to left field. Going and goodbye baseball. He almost hit his face on the board, the out-of-town scoreboard in left center field. Julio Rodriguez with another first-inning home run. He had a 3-run blast in the first a couple of days ago at Rogers Center. A line shot 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first inning at T-Mobile Park. And the Mariners with a 2-0 lead, and the crowd is going wild. A walk and a bomb, and the Mariners are up 2-0. Do they want Game 3 of this series? You better believe it. And that was a missile to left field. Here's the pitch to Polanco. Swing and a drive. Deep in the gap in right center field. And this one is on the track and bounces over the fence in right center. Jorge Polanco will steam into second base with a stand-up double. Back-to-back pitches. One leaves the ballpark. Another one leaves the ballpark on a hop. So Jorge Polanco has become a folk hero here during the postseason. Is on at second base with 1 away. And Shane Bieber has been tattooed here in the bottom of the first inning.
This is just the perfect start for the Mariners tonight. Kirby throwing flames, hanging a 0, and now the Mariners going to work offensively. Just perfect.
Here's Josh Naylor with a chance to drive in a run. 2-0 lead. Pitch of the way. Swinging a grounds foul. In behind first base coach Eric Young Jr. The count is 0-1. Bieber hasn't thrown that much. Only 7 starts with the Blue Jays, coming off the Tommy John surgery. But the home run by Julio, the walk by Randy, and then the double by Polanco. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1 to Naylor. And it's a breaking ball that's low and inside for ball 1. And right now, if you're John Schneider, you have to be mighty concerned on how quickly you might have to go to the bullpen. And we're only in the bottom of the first inning. Naylor during the year hit .295. 20 home runs, 95 runs batted in. Back home in Toronto. He's from Mississauga, Ontario. He was 3 for 4 a couple of days ago with a home run to right field. 1 of 3 for the Mariners. Bieber looked back, delivers the Naylor. Swing and a foul at the plate, actually off of Kirk. And the count is now 1-2. So the Mariners looking to add on after they got the early 2-0 lead on the home run by Julio. They had his face, his name on the out-of-town scoreboard out in left field, and that's where Julio hit that home run. His third home run of the postseason. Naylor calls time, and he backs away from home plate. Josh, a new dad just days ago during the course of the postseason. So congratulations to Josh and his wife and the entire Naylor family. Polanco on at second base. Only 1 out, bottom of the first inning. The set by Bieber from the stretch delivers. And it's down low in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 the count on Naylor with Gino due up next. Well, this is the way to get the crowd in the ball game in a hurry. And the Mariners have done that. Bieber. Again, a check of Polanco at second. The stretch and a 2-2 to Naylor. Swing and a miss. The bat goes sailing out of his hands by the Mariners' first base dugout for strike 3. And the Mariners have 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up third baseman Eugenio Suarez. And guys, that's a big run out there at third base when you can tack on another one already with a 2-0 lead.
Well, and from a Blue Jays perspective, they have gotten almost nothing going offensively in this series. For a team that did
That's
everything
fair to say.
that did everything right in the DS against the Yankees, so a crooked number here in the first is pretty enormous.
Here's Gino looking for a base hit to drive in Polanco. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's going to be up high for ball 1. Suarez 4 for 18 in his career against Bieber with a home run.
And the Mariners, it was the long ball that was the weapon last game, and they're right back to it with the long ball tonight.
3 home runs. Here's the pitch of the way. Swinging a pop-up out of play on the first base side. And the count is even on Gino at 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 home runs in that game on Monday at Rogers Center accounted for 8 of the Mariners' 10 runs. Chance of Gino. Polanco on at second. The stretch and the pitch to Gino. Swing and a miss in the count 1-2. So Gino now just looking to drive in a run, hit the ball up the middle, stay on a pitch, or drive it into the gap in right center field. Just looking for a base hit. Bieber ready. Has the sign from Kirk, and the veteran right-hander's 1-2 pitch, swing and a pop-up. In behind second, calling for it is the shortstop. Jimenez is there at the cut of the grass, and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. However, the Mariners get 2 right away on the line shot 2-run home run off the bat of Julio Rodriguez. We go to the top of the second here at T-Mobile Park. Our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners 2 and the Blue Jays nothing.
Papa Murphy's dares you to turn up the sweet and the heat with 3 bold new ways to pizza. Introducing the Ultimate Pepperoni with Mike's Hot Honey for flavor lovers and heat seekers alike. For just $9.99, you can start with the bold, our Ultimate Pepperoni with 2 types of pep, or turn it up with the bolder Ultimate Pepperoni drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey, or go all in with the boldest Ultimate Pepperoni with Mike's Extra Hot Honey. 1 hot oven, 3 bold pizzas, each just $9.99, only at Papa Murphy's.
When our cars came down from Alaska, living on the coast with saltwater conditions, there's wear and tear on your vehicle.
Hi, Dallas Lowe with Golden Rule Brake. You deserve an honest repair at a fair price, and we do promise to make it easy.
My name's Victor. I moved here to Spokane in 2017 from Alaska, where we only had 40 miles of road. As soon as there was anything wrong with the vehicle, I knew exactly where to go. And that was Golden Rule Brake. Brakes are not something that you're going to go and get a quick fix at a cheap price. They have to work every time you use them. When I made my appointment with Vince, he said that he would be emailing me throughout the whole process in regards to the repairs and estimates. What I was not expecting was pictures of the areas that the work was being done. I trust, but I also want to verify. The pictures verified the work, and I'm a happy customer, and I will be back again.
Schedule now at goldenrulebrake.com.
Yeah, Golden Rule Brake.
Seattle Mariners baseball is brought to you by Mako Auto Body Shop and Painting and by Phase 3 Digital, the next phase in your marketing strategy.
You know the crowd is ready.
Now back to the Mariners on 700 ESPN.
Our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Mariners 2 and the Blue Jays nothing as we go to the top half of the second. The Mariners off and running with that scorching line drive of a 2-run home run off the bat of Julio Rodriguez in the bottom of the first inning. George Kirby will take a look at Alejandro Kirk, Dalton Varsho, and Addison Barger here in the top half of the second. Time now for tonight's Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. How about Julio Rodriguez with that home run, his 3rd home run of the postseason. Tonight's Men of Steel report brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Find your steel. Visit steeldealers.com. That's STIHL dealers.com. Well, here's Kirk to lead things off for the Blue Jays. 1 for 3 with a run batted in a few days ago at Rogers Center. And to go into Toronto and win the first 2 games, how big was that for the Mariners? It was huge. The windup and the pitch on the way from Kirby, and it's going to be way outside for ball 1. And for the better part of those 2 games, they kept that sellout crowd pretty quiet at Rogers Center. And after the Mariners really poured it on, especially in the midway part of the game, a lot of folks started to leave. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Kirby looks in, wiggle waggle of that glove, gets the sign from Cal, and the 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. The count is now 2-1, a fastball at 97, consistently 97 miles an hour with the fastball. That's a big assortment of pitches. 4-seamer, the slider, sinker, knuckle curve, splitter. Swinging a line shot up in the air at first is Josh Naylor. He makes the catch. Hey, how about some hops right there by Naylor? Plays some great defense. Kirk hit a rocket the other way. Josh timing that leap. goes way up there to haul it in, and there's one away for the Blue Jays here in the top half of the second.
Well, for a guy who's always wearing some Jordans, you better have a little bit of hops, right?
You got to.
That was a great play.
Gives you a little extra lift. Outstanding play. Here's Dalton Varsho, left-handed hitter, batting .238 during the season with 20 home runs, 55 RBIs. The pitch. It's a strike, 0-1. And Naylor made a couple of great plays the other day. Diving for a ball down the right field line, in behind the bag at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul, backing out of play off to our left, almost into Jerry DePoto's booth. Next door, and the count is down 0-2 on Varsho. The big man, Naylor, does such a good job of bouncing around over there playing defense at first base. What an addition by Jerry DePoto and Justin Hollander as he came over right before the trade deadline when we were in Anaheim. Kirby looking for another strikeout. The 0-2 on the way to Varsho. Swing, and it's popped up. Right side of the infield, coming down the first base line. Naylor now in foul territory. He's there, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And Kirby has retired 5 of the first 6 batters he's faced. So 2 up, 2 down for Toronto here in the top of the second. That'll bring up third baseman Addison Barger. Well, the Mariners didn't waste any time getting this crowd in the ball game. And now George Kirby doing his thing out there in the mound. 2 quick outs. Here's Barger, batting .243 during the year, 21 home runs, 74 runs batted in, 0 for 6 in the series. The windup and the pitch, and it's going to be up and in for ball 1. Mariner pitchers have really kept the Blue Jays bats pretty quiet in the opening 2 games of this series. Way off the line at third is Gino. The windup and the pitch. It's up and in for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, we're going to talk about Bryce Miller. His starting game 1 going on 3 days rest. 6 innings, gave up 1 run. Logan Gilbert going on 2 days rest, win 3 innings. Pizzardo was great. Here's the pitch on the way, swinging a drive, straightaway center. But now coming in, Julio Rodriguez, he's there, and he makes the catch. And 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. Here in the top half of the second, Kirby has retired 6 of the first 7 batters he has faced. We go to the bottom of the second. Our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners 2, and the Blue Jays nothing.
It's the World Fighting Championships at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Saturday night, October 25th. Experience the thrill and excitement of high-energy mixed martial arts. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this amazing professional mixed martial arts event, the World Fighting Championships, October 25th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you'd never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Mariners 2 and the Blue Jays nothing as we go to the bottom half of the second. Yeah, when you're talking about this franchise, you're talking about having such an outstanding year that this season, this team really tying the Mariners to some great teams of the past, especially 24 years ago when the ball club in 2001, won 116 games, more games than any team in the history of baseball. But it was 24 years ago the last time the Mariners, got to the American League Championship Series. They're playing their first home game in 24 years in the ALCS. And the Mariners brought their history alive here at the ballpark tonight. Randy Johnson, back in 1995, was unbelievable. Started his Hall of Fame career right here in Seattle. Throughout the ceremonial first pitch, then you had Jay Buhner, the Bone, firing up the crowd before the ball game got underway. Then Julio really got him going. Here's Dom Canzone, the pitch on the way from Shane Bieber, and it's a strike, 0-1. It's great to see Randy out there, the big unit. He was 18-2 back in 1995. The windup and the pitch. A breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 0-2 on Canzone, trying to get the crowd back in it after Julio hit that 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, if you just tuned in. We had Lou Piniella throw out a ceremonial first pitch. We had Junior here at the ballpark. The windup and the 0-2. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt for strike 3. Canzone goes down swinging, and there's one away. Say, friends, this Mariners season has been unforgettable. And now's a great time to check out a 2026 membership. Choose a reserved or flex plan and unlock benefits like guaranteed 2026 postseason access, no ticket fees, and more. Start your membership today at mariners.com/26. Here's right fielder Victor Robles. The windup and the pitch from Bieber. Here's a breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 0-1, and you're going to see a lot of breaking pitches, the slider and the knuckle curve from Bieber. Against the slider, teams hitting just 171. Against the knuckle curve, hitting just 167. The next pitch on the way is a strike, and the count is now 0-2, and there's the slider again. So Bieber's going to spin it. Here's the windup and the 0-2 on the way to Victor's check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bieber here in the bottom of inning number 2. Mariners lead by a score of 2-0, and that'll bring up shortstop J.P. Crawford. JP with success against Bieber. He's 6 for 12 against Shane. JP 2 days ago in Toronto, 1 for 3, had a couple of runs batted in. Now the windup and the pitch on the way to Crawford. It's down low for ball 1. But nice to see Randy Johnson and Jay Buhner here at the ballpark prior to tonight's Game 3. Game 1 here at home. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into Kirk's glove, and the count is even. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Jay played a big role in the American League Championship Series back in 1995 against Cleveland. Hit a big home run. Here's the pitch on the way inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. He also made an error in right field with Randy Johnson on the mound, but Jay was able to come back and hit a home run to win that game. And baseball will give you a chance for retribution and give you a chance to come back, and Jay Buhner took advantage of that chance and had a big night in Cleveland. Now the windup and the 2-1 pitch on the way to Crawford. High and outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And now this team here in 2025, they're writing their own history. The windup and the 3-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and the count is now full at 3-2. Postseason has a way of making heroes out of players, and the Mariners have their heroes in this one. 3-2, and a swing and a miss by Crawford for strike 3, and Bieber, after giving up 2 runs in the first, strikes out the side here in the bottom half of the second. We go to the top of the third, and our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Mariners 2 and the Blue Jays 0.
From the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team, here's the Craig Swap One Call, That's All Weather Center.
Hi there, I'm Jason Valentine for 4 News Now. Here's your First Alert weather forecast. Clear skies into our evening with an overnight low of 34, so getting chilly yet again. Tomorrow, your high, right around what we saw for your Wednesday, 56 for your Thursday, with mostly sunny skies. Stay warm out there.
Weather. Swap wins for you. CraigSwap.com.
Here's some food for thought. Northern Quest gave away over $16 million last month alone. Think about it. That's over $544,000 a day. Think a little harder, and it works out to almost $200 million a year. Which might make you think about what you do with that kind of cash. Just don't think too long. There's $378 a minute on the line here. Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Ready to grow your business? At 700 ESPN, we combine the trusted reach of radio with the precision of digital marketing for unparalleled results. Your message will reach thousands of loyal listeners on their favorite station, while targeted digital ads connect you with the customers who matter most, wherever they are. It's easy to get started. Visit 700ESPN.com today and click on Advertise with Us. 700 ESPN and Phase 3 Digital. Better together for better results.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here from Wyman and Bob, and you're listening to the Seattle Mariners on 700 ESPN.
Swings, clubs this a mile high, a rainmaker out to left center field. It's gone.
Welcome back inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. We move to the third inning. Great start for the Mariners tonight. 2-0. They lead Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. Julio, a 2-run home run in the first as we take a look at Who's Hot, brought to you by Fireside Home Solutions. Check them out for the perfect garage door, outdoor living space, or fireplace in Bellevue, Auburn, Spokane, or Portland, or firesidehomesolutions.com. Julio, just like Game 2, got the Mariners rolling with a first-inning home run. It was a 3-run home run in Game 2, a 2-run home run tonight. And meanwhile, George Kirby's been excellent so far. He'll face Ernie Clement to lead off the third inning. The second baseman batted nearly .280 in the regular season. As Kirby climbs back onto the hill, ready to work here on a gorgeous October night in Seattle. Kirby into the wind. Here comes his pitch. Swung on, smoked down the left field line. It is down. It's a base hit. It's going to the corner. Clement around first base. He wants two. He glides into second. Randy gets the ball in. A leadoff double here in the third. Here's Andres Jimenez, the shortstop, looking for his first hit in the series. He's 0 for 6. So runner at second base, no outs. Mariners up 2-0. It's tricky after this. Top of the order with Springer. Corners playing in. Kirby from the stretch. Here comes his pitch. Swung on, fouled back. That was 97 at the bottom of the zone. Kirby, his third start in the postseason this year. He's been excellent. 2 starts against the Tigers. 10 innings of work, 3 earned runs. Here's his 0-1. Swung on. That is lasered right field. Robles moving back. He's at the track. He's looking up, and it is gone. Andres Jimenez. A 2-run home run, 1 swing, and it is tied. Not the most likely source in the Blue Jays lineup to go deep, but he's done it. And we got a new ball game here in the third.
And that was nearly 400 feet from Jimenez, and I'm sure if you're Kirby, you're thinking that's not the guy you can let beat you. We're just talking about the top of the order that comes to the plate now. Jimenez, the lightest hitter in this lineup.
So both teams now with a 2-run home run.
Blue Jays being very aggressive early in the count. George has thrown 3 pitches here and given up a double and a 2-run home run.
Top of the order, here's Springer. The pitch. Inside, backs him off the plate. That's a slider. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, and until now, that aggressive approach is really playing into George's hands. Pitch count incredibly low coming into this third inning.
And third. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Big cut. Had a slider on the corner. So count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. George has really been in a great groove. If you go back to the end of September, his last 5 starts, including the postseason, 27 innings. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. An ERA at 2.30, but 45 strikeouts and 2 walks in 27 innings in his last 5 starts. That is really impressive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Winds, deals. Swung on, lifted, right field, long run. Robles ranging over. He's near the line. He's there. He makes a little leap, and he makes the catch as he slams into the sidewall. Victor Robles, an acrobatic grab, puts away Springer. That's the first out here in the third. Comes away with a little grimace. He is brave, especially considering what has already happened to him this season going into a sidewall.
Yeah, that was in San Francisco. That put him on the IL for a long time. Fortunately, Victor was all right.
Here's Lucas. The pitch.
Outside.
Outside. I concur. 2-2 the score, third inning. Here's the pitch to Lucas. Swung on, fouled away. That's out of play. Lucas had 3 hits in game 2. John Schneider said if this were a regular season game, if last game were a regular season game, he wouldn't have been playing after he fouled him off his knee. The 1-1. Swung on, line drive, base hit into the right center field gap. Julio ranges over to cut it off, and Lucas strikes again. Another base hit. Blue Jays have 3 hits in the inning with 1 away, and here comes Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Had a big bounding ball single in the first inning. His first hit of the series. Had a massive series against the Yankees. And now Cal will walk out to talk to George Kirby.
Well, George so far is about 75% fastball in this game. And you wonder if you might need to start mixing it up a little bit if you're George. Now, there's a reason for that. This Blue Jays team is in many ways kind of an average team against the heater. They are the best hitting team against off-speed pitches, both for average and for slug. So we know how much Kirby believes in his fastball, both of them, the 4 and the 2 seam. So it could kind of play into his hands, but does he need to zig if they're zagging a little bit here?
A dangerous spot right here. It always is with Guerrero at the dish. 23 home runs this year. Over 30 doubles. Go ahead run at first base. 2-2 the score. Bottom. Top of the third. Here comes the pitch. That's a fastball off the plate. Went with the 2-seam. 97. Seen good velo from George in this one. 1 ball, no strikes. From the stretch. He delivers. That's over for a strike. Went slider that time. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blue Jays offense in the first 2 games of the series, they're 3 through 9 hitters, 3 for 46. Here's the 1-1. Swung on that is smoked left field towards the wall, and it is off the wall. Picked up by Randy, gets the ball in quickly. Lucas into third base. Vlad slides into second, pumps his fist as the Blue Jays, a big inning going. 2 runs in, and now runners at second and third with just 1 away. That ball was hammered.
And that was a slider that caught a lot of the plate above the knees. And that nearly got stuck in the wall. It was hit so hard. And Kirby grateful that ball wasn't about 5 feet higher, or else that's over the fence and gone.
Blue Jays hitting the ball awfully hard in this inning. 2 doubles, a homer, a single. Here's Santander. Infield playing in. 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's a good fastball. Santander struck out in the first. Kirby looking for a punch out right here. Santander didn't play in game 2. Scratched before the ball game with lower back tightness. Here's the 0-1. A slider that misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 44 homers last year with Baltimore. Just 6 this year. Missed a lot of time with injury. Cleaning up today for the Blue Jays. Here's the 1-1. Wide. Another slider that dances off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. 2-2 the score. Blue Jays at second and third. George set. He deals. Swung on, fouled away. Slider below the zone, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. He wants a punch out right here. Kirby stares in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's ready. The 2-2. Low, no chase. Tried another slider. He's thrown 1 fastball. 4 straight sliders after the first fastball to Santander. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 3-2 from George. Swung on, bounding ball right to Naylor. He's going to go to first base. Lucas will hold at third. He steps on first. He's got the out. A huge second out. Runners have to hold. We stay tied. Now he's trying to navigate through this inning without giving up the go-ahead run. He'll have to go through Kirk to do it. Lined out sharply to Naylor his first time. 2-2 the score. Third inning. 2 outs, 2 on. Kirby set. Here's the pitch.
Sorry.
Oh, you heard it. It was outside on a fastball, just off the plate. It was close. Kirby brings the glove to the chest. Ready. He deals. That misses wide. Varsho on deck. First base open. Kirby at 45 pitches. Here's the 2-0. Got low. 3 balls and no strikes. The Blue Jays, one of the best offensive teams in baseball in the regular season. Top 5 in runs scored. Tops in batting average. The hardest team to strike out in baseball. Nearly top 10 in home runs as well. Here's the 3-0. He sends it right down the middle for a strike. Back in the count, 3-1. Mariners kept the Blue Jays quiet for the first 2 games. Toronto making noise here in the third. 2 runs in. Kirby's 3-1. Down low, ball 4. Kirk walks, and they are loaded. Here comes Pete Woodworth. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. 2-2 the score. And while this meeting happens, let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
I don't care what the scoreboard says. At the end of the game, we're going to be winners.
Broadcasting from the Turf Club Sportsbook at Northern Quest Resort and Casino Studios. This is 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
Heights, Spokane.
So Varsho will stand in here. He popped up to first his first time.
George has thrown 24 pitches here in the top half of the third. He threw 24 combined in the first 2 innings.
Big spot right here with the bases loaded. 2-2 game. 2 outs. Trying to keep it a tied game right here. Kirby, his pitch. At the shoot tops, and that nearly got Varsho as he dances out of the way. Cal, great job keeping the ball in front. So everybody holds. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, this show you again how aggressive the Blue Jays have been. 24 pitches to face 7 batters.
Now Barger on deck, the only Blue Jay who has not batted in this inning. Started with a Clement double, then a Jimenez home run. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. It gets by Cal. It goes all the way to the backstop. The Blue Jays will take the lead. Lucas scores from third. Everybody advances. It's 3-2 Toronto. That was a ball that was just spiked right in front of home plate. So now runners on second and third. Blue Jays with the lead. Here's the 1-1. Swung on. That is ripped high, deep right field, and it is off the wall. Gets away from Robles. Guerrero scores. Kirk around third base. He's flying home. Varsho into second. A ringing two-run double. And the Blue Jays add 2 more runs. It's 5-2 in the third. Everything hit hard this inning by Toronto.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that stands out the most. Obviously, all the runs, but it's the way that they had gotten there. This has not been fluke hits from the Blue Jays. They are on Kirby today and are just smoking rockets all over the yard here in the third.
That was 110 off the bat. Barger batting. The pitch. Swung on, hit hard, but right to the second baseman. Polanco scoops it up. Sidearm throw to first in time to get the out, but a lot of damage done. A 5 spot here in the third. The Mariners will be playing catch up now. 5-2. Blue Jays with the lead. We head to the bottom of the third on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network. Gary Hill for my great friends at Fireside Home Solutions. We are ready for the colder weather thanks to our fireplaces from Fireside, and you can be too. Save up to $650 on heat and glow fireplaces from Fireside. They have an amazing selection of fireplaces to fit your style and budget while guaranteeing the best price. Fireside Home Solutions in Bellevue, Auburn, and now open in Spokane or online at firesidehomesolutions.com.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living, and memory care designed to preserve dignity and independence in your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass. When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your buck.
The Mariners are playing for the American League pennant. Looking to be part of the action? Go to mariners.com/October for everything you need. From postseason tickets and suites to merchandise, watch parties, and more. Again, that's mariners.com/October.
Welcome back inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Blue Jays a 5 spot in the top of the third. They lead now 5-2 over the Mariners. So it's the M's some work to do. Top of the order, Randy Arozarena will lead things off for the Mariners. Randy, Cal, Julio. Julio has homered. So we take a look at the premium matchup powered by Atmos Rewards, a loyalty program by Alaska Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. Seize the moment. Join today at AtmosRewards.com. Julio got this place rocking, an early lead, a 2-0 advantage to start, but that's been wiped away now. Mariners are trying to get something going here.
Well, the Mariners are going to get things turned around definitely, Gary, right now, because Humpy won again the salmon race.
Oh, a little work last time. Randy walked and stole the bag his first time. The pitch to him. It's over. Bieber struck out the side in the second, although it looked like JP had a walk. Here's the 0-1. That's a strike. It was a ball that was well out of the zone high. It was called a strike, and then JP struck out. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Quick work of Randy Arozarena. 4th straight strikeout, and 1 out here in the third.
Yeah, and it's third on 3 pitches.
Here's Cal Raleigh. Bieber, his 5th career postseason start. First not in a Cleveland uniform. The pitch to Cal Raleigh. Swung on and missed. A changeup at the very bottom of the zone. This will be pitch number 40 for Bieber. The 0-1. Swung on, skied on the infield. Clement in. He's under it now in the grass. One-hand catch. Quickly, 2 away. 7 in a row put down by Bieber. Here's Julio. 5-2 Blue Jays. 3rd inning. Still a lot of time left in this one. The pitch to Julio. He watches it over for a strike after a couple of quick outs. A slider on the corner. Into the motion, delivers.
Outside.
Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Julio wearing bright yellow shoes. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. A waving cut at a slider. Low and away.
You mentioned 7 in a row retired by Bieber. He has thrown only 7 balls to retire those 7 in a row. He's just pounding the strike zone. When he gets ahead to 2 strikes, that's when he's got you in the palm of his hands. He's got so much spin with that slider and that curveball, so much chase.
And he's got a 3-run lead to work with now, too. His 1-2.
Outside.
Just outside. Tried to spin again. A slider just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bieber, first base side of the rubber, kicks, deals. Swung on a chopper, slowly hit third base side. Barger charging, bare hand, no throw. Julio has a base hit. So a 2-out infield base hit by Julio. See if the Mariners can take advantage of that. Julio all smiles at first base.
Man, that's a big base runner right there with 2 outs, because here comes Jorge Polanco. He's done so much damage in this series and in the postseason for the Mariners. Giving him an opportunity to swing the bat with 2 strikes is a real good thing.
And he smoked a double last time. He's just sizzling in the postseason. Julio steps off his lead at first. The pitch to Polanco. Here it is. And watches it over for a strike. Just touching the corner on a changeup. Polanco, 3 homers in the postseason. He's had some huge hits. The 0-1. Swung on, skied center field. Varsho ranging over, plenty of space under it. One-hand catch, and the Mariners put away in the 3rd. So we move along to the 4th inning. Blue Jays with the advantage. It's 5-2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Here's the truth most agents won't tell you. 80% of buyers don't start their search on the MLS anymore. They start on Zillow. Hi, I'm Robert Henry with Haven Real Estate Group. If your listing agent doesn't have Zillow figured out, your home is practically invisible to most buyers. That means fewer views, fewer showings, and weaker offers. At Haven, we're one of the only brokerages in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene with an exclusive Zillow Flex partnership. That gives your listings premium visibility, front and center, where today's buyers are actually searching. Solo agents just simply can't compete with that. More exposure means more buyer inquiries. More inquiries means faster showings. And faster showings leads to stronger offers and more money in your pocket. Don't let your home get lost in the shuffle. If you're planning to list your home, call Haven Real Estate Group today at 509-215-5283 or visit havenrealestategroup.com.
Boom, 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 ba-dum. Arby's new steak nuggets are here. Tender, hand-cut steak is no longer confined to a steakhouse because Arby's savory steak nuggets make the world your steakhouse. Eat them in your mid-size sedan or eat them at the movies, you sneaky boy. Arby's new steak nuggets. Eat them before they're gone.
Arby's, we have the meat.
At participating Arby's for a limited time. Seattle Mariners baseball, brought to you locally by Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza, and by Dynamic Decks for all your outdoor living needs. Now, back to Mariners baseball on 700 ESPN.
Well, the Mariners team store is your one-stop shop for postseason merchandise, caps, t-shirts, hoodies, and much more. You can visit the T-Mobile Park location or downtown Seattle at 4th and Stewart to gear up this October. You can follow the Mariners team store on Instagram and X as well for all the latest updates. Well, the Mariners had the early lead in this one. Julio's first inning home run. Second straight game, Julio has homered in the first. The Mariners were up 2-0, but the Blue Jays 5 unanswered in the third as they sent 9 to the plate. And think about the first 2 games of this best-of-7 series. The Mariners won Game 1 3-1. They won Game 2 10-3. So the Blue Jays scoring more runs in that third inning than the first 2 games combined. Batters 8, 9, and 1 due up for Toronto. And Ernie Clement will lead things off. He smoked a double off the fence in left field his last time up. It was 110 off the bat. Kirby really taxed in that third inning. Blue Jays being ultra aggressive tonight, maybe even by their standards. 5-2 Toronto. Here comes the pitch to Clement.
Outside.
It's outside. Ball 1. Clement, a good fastball hitter. One of a handful of guys who hit the heater well for Toronto. On a 1-0. Check swing, and it misses low. Slider downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes to the Blue Jays second baseman. Also a really good third baseman. He's been one of the more versatile infielders this year in the American League. Kirby behind. Stands square to home plate now into the motion. The pitch. That's a fastball right over the plate at 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and a strike to the right-handed second baseman of the Blue Jays.
He's a Gold Glove finalist at third base. A lot of Blue Jays are Gold Glove finalists.
2-1. Check swing. Does he go? He does not. 3-1. And Mariners have just one finalist, Julio, in center field.
In fact, I don't think I've ever seen 2 finalists from the same team. The Blue Jays have that at first base.
The 3-1 is a strike. I'm guessing Ty France accumulated that with the Twins?
Yes, Ty France and Vlad, both finalists at first base.
Well, good for both of them. Here comes Kirby's 3-2. Strike 3 called at the knees. 96 mile an hour heat. Third strikeout for Kirby. Nice way to start the fourth, and what he hopes to be a bounce back inning. There comes Andres Jimenez. The surprise 2-run homer earlier. The pitch from Kirby. That's a strike. Anybody getting some Karate Kid vibes from Ben May behind home plate tonight?
Yes.
Hey, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nothing and 2. We've heard it a few times already tonight. Kirby in the driver's seat right away. Jimenez, the 2-run home run to tie things up in the third. The Blue Jays eventually took the lead. They're in front by 3 in the fourth. Kirby kicks, now fires. Swinging a grounder, chopped foul over towards the Mariners' first base dugout. Still 0-2. You know, the wild thing about baseball, you just never know, and that goes in so many ways. And for Jimenez, he had so struggled this year on inside pitches, and yet he smoked a pitch on the inner third over the wall. The 0-2. Swinging, he fouls it back. That was center cut at 96. In the regular season, Jimenez was 4 for 46 on pitches considered on the inside part of the strike zone without a home run, and he found one on exactly that pitch type here today. The next offering. Swing and a miss. A feeble wave from Jimenez. Back-to-back punch-outs from George Kirby. Bases empty. That's a good thing for George Springer, if you couldn't tell. Pitch to Springer. Swinging. This is drilled to center field. Julio is looking, and this ball is gone. George Springer, one of the great home run hitters in postseason history, It's his second of this series and his third of the postseason. Blue Jays extend the lead at 6-2. Toronto in the fourth. Wow, that was a no-doubter. .431 feet to straightaway center, 113 practically off the bat. Now Springer, a great fastball hitter, and that's exactly what he took out of the ballpark. Here's Lucas. The pitch. Inside. 6 runs for the Blue Jays off of Kirby. The 1-0. Breaking ball over the plate. And there is a strike called, 1-1. The next offering, a wave and a miss. Spins him around a little bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Springer now tied with Bernie Williams for the 4th most home runs ever in playoff history. 2 outs, nobody on. Kirby's 1-2. Swinging, this is rattled fair. It's picked up by Kirby halfway up the line to first base. A short toss to Naylor at the bag, and Lucas is retired. Vlad left on deck, but damage dealt once again. George Springer, a solo blast to center. We move on to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Mariners 2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
What's better than a zero-turn mower? 0% financing for up to 60 months on your entire purchase. Rick Riz here for Steel, the preferred handheld outdoor power equipment provider of the Seattle Mariners. Take advantage of Steel's 0% financing and up to $1,000 in instant rebates on select zero-turn mowers. Get a comfortable ride and a perfect cut with Steel's American-made mowers. Start easier, work smarter, and finish faster with Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steeldealers.com.
$195 million. Global Credit Union members saved $195 million last year through lower fees and better interest rates. At Global, member service is our highest priority. 27 branches throughout Washington, an easy-to-use mobile app, and access to a member service rep wherever you are and whenever you need help. 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, proud partners of Seattle Mariners Radio.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
You can become a Mariners insider to stay up to date on all things latest from T-Mobile Park. Go to mariners.com/insider. Text Mariners to 24247 to receive special offers, breaking news, player content, and much more. Visit mariners.com/insider and text Mariners to 24247. Well, the Blue Jays add another run, and they lead 6-2 as we turn the page to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're broadcasting from the Western Washington Toyota radio booth on a pleasant night here in Seattle. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. Mariners up 2-0. But the Blue Jays firmly in control of this one, and Shane Bieber has really settled down since that 2-run home run he allowed to Julio in the 1st inning. He has 5 strikeouts over 3 frames. Here is Josh Naylor to lead things off. Here comes Bieber's pitch. Swinging a big chop foul over by first base. 0-1 on Josh Naylor. Gino and then Canzone to follow. It's been a long journey back for Shane Bieber, like it is for any pitcher who undergoes Tommy John. His 0-1 offering. Up and in. And that straightens up Naylor a little bit. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was Bieber a couple of years ago pitching on opening day here at T-Mobile Park inside the visitor bullpen. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball and a couple of hops, flattens out for Clement at second base. Easy toss on the first 3 pitches, and Naylor is retired. He was the Guardians' opening day starter when the Guards opened up here at T-Mobile Park to begin the year. And the story goes that Bieber was pitching with tears in his eyes, warming up for opening night because he knew then that he was pitching with a torn ligament in his elbow. He made the start. He pitched very well, offering to Gino. And he takes off the plate for ball 1, and then had to undergo Tommy John and miss the rest of the year. One out, nobody aboard. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Mariners trailing 6-2. I can't imagine what that must have been like for him. Such an accomplished pitcher, a Cy Young Award winner, a guy who was at the top of the game. The next pitch. Gino swings and he sends it high and foul over into the lower bowl on the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And credit to him for taking the ball that night, even though he knew what was going to happen and the pain that he must have been feeling.
I was surprised he even made that start, knowing what was ahead of him in the next few days.
I'm sure what was going through his mind is what a horrible position he would put his team in, and yet the 1-2 is low. And yet, it's not often we hear about a guy going through a full start from the very first pitch that he throws, knowing that that's going on. So many times you see somebody feel that in the middle of a game, and what happens? The trainer comes out, the manager comes out, they pull him from the game.
But he knew.
On a 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, gets on third base Barger quickly. He whips the throw across, and there is out number 2, a pair of grounders here in the bottom of the 4th. What a gamer, Shane Bieber. Now the Blue Jays picking him up at the deadline for nights like this. He's pitching with the lead, 2 outs, nobody on for Dom Canzone. Canzone struck out on a curveball his first time up. Bieber fires. It's high and outside for ball 1. You think about the respect that Cal Raleigh earned his rookie year playing through that torn ligament in his thumb and playing through the playoffs with it. The 1-0. Swinging it, shot foul over by the first base Camberwell. 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's a lot of ways to earn respect in this game, and certainly one of them is when your teammates know that you are posting day in and day out with something pretty serious, and that was the case for Cal. And Bieber did something somewhat similar on a 1-1. Swinging, it's fouled at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dom. This is not where you want to be against Bieber. Lifetime for Shane Bieber, not just this year, but for his entire career, opposing hitters are batting 150 when he gets to 2 strikes. And the reason why, he can spin the slider or the curve and really expand when he gets in the driver's seat. Into the motion, his 1-2. And he does spin a breaking ball. No, I take it back. A changeup that was in the dirt. Canzone takes it for ball 2. A somewhat rare change from Bieber. 6-2 Toronto. 2 outs, bases clean. Bieber rocks, now deals. Swinging a grounder, foul over by first base. There's the curve. Only 7 starts in the regular season for Bieber, so you think about where he is right now. Not a whole lot of tune-up time in the big leagues. Coming back after Tommy John and rehabbing. Still kind of in that phase where you don't totally know what you're going to get with that elbow coming off Tommy John. But he's looked pretty sharp overall tonight. His 2-2. Swinging, it's lifted into left field. Floating foul. Lucas ranging, and he can't make the catch. He crashes into the wall, and the netting keeps him from falling over. Almost runs into a parabolic mic operator down there. Part of the Fox telecast.
And remember, he's beat up with that leg. Saw that ball off the knee, so he's not running as well as he normally would.
Well, thank goodness for that netting. That's normally there to protect fans from foul balls. That kept a fan from having Lucas go right in his lap. And he's shaking out that knee a little bit as he gets back into his position in left field. Had to leave the game, first game of the series, because of it. Here comes the next 2-2. Swinging is pulled sharply foul over by first base. Canzone putting together a pesky at-bat here. Blue Jays have a 4-run lead with 2 outs and the bases empty in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just over 60 pitches for Bieber. His next pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's a pretty nasty changeup. He gets Canzone and he retires the side in order. Now Bieber's really settled into a nice groove, unfortunately for the Mariners. After 4, it's the Blue Jays 6 and the Mariners 2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
From the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team, here's the Craig Swap One Call, That's All Weather Center.
Hi there, I'm Jason Valentine for 4 News Now. Here's your First Alert weather forecast. Clear skies into our evening with an overnight low of 34, so getting chilly yet again. Tomorrow, your high, right around what we saw for your Wednesday, 56 for your Thursday, with mostly sunny skies. Stay warm out there.
Weather. Swap wins for you. CraigSwap.com.
Want to earn extra money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming November 2025, March 2026 season. Earn up to $36 an hour plus a $1,000 hire-in incentive. Some positions require a CDL and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is preferred. Apply today at SpokaneAirports.net.
Papa Murphy's dares you to turn up the sweet and the heat with 3 bold new ways to pizza. Introducing the ultimate pepperoni with Mike's Hot Honey for flavor lovers and heat seekers alike. For just $9.99, you can start with the bold, our ultimate pepperoni with 2 types of pep, or turn it up with the bolder, ultimate pepperoni drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey, or go all in with the boldest, ultimate pepperoni with Mike's Extra Hot Honey. 1 hot oven, 3 bold pizzas, each just $9.99, only at Papa Murphy's.
This is Mike Salk from Brock & Salk, and you're listening to the Seattle Mariners on 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
This one is gone. Get out the right, Grand Grandma. It is grand salami time.
Well, the Mariners trailing right now 6-2 beginning the top of the 5th. This is the only game going on tonight in baseball. It's a travel day in the National League Championship Series. The scene will shift to Dodger Stadium tomorrow on our Chevy Colorado scoreboard. Tyler Glasnow will get the ball tomorrow for the Dodgers. As of now, Brewers have not announced their starter. It's a tough act to follow for Glasnow. Snell and Yamamoto have combined to pitch 17 of the first 18 innings of the National League Championship Series. Yamamoto, the complete game last night. Snell went 8 just filthy, dominant innings in Game 1. Almost looked like that was backfiring on the Dodgers when they went to the bullpen. But the Dodgers up 2-0 as they get ready to host the Brewers tomorrow in Game 3.
Dave Roberts was asked, why didn't you leave Snell in there for one more inning? Well, he left Yamamoto in there for all 9.
Yes, he did. Here comes the pitch to Vlad. Vlad swings, hits an absolute rocket to center field. Julio sizing it up, and this ball is beyond the wall and gone. That is the second tee shot to center, this time off the bat of Vlad Jr. And it has been a real laser show by the Blue Jays tonight. They are in front 7-2 in the 5th inning. That was a pitch down and away on a slider to Vlad, and he got plenty of it.
Julio was mighty close to bringing that one back, going high over the wall and straight away center field.
There's Santander, run in, nobody out. Kirby's pitch is high for ball 1. Vargas is warming in the Mariners bullpen. So 3 runs tonight for the Blue Jays, all following Julio's first inning homer. Mariners had a 2-0 lead at one point. 1-0. Outside. 2-0. So 7 unanswered runs by Toronto. Kirby's next pitch. That's down and away on the corner. 2-1. If you look at the last 4 postseasons combined, teams that out-homered their opponent have gone 95 and 20. The pitch is wide. 3-1. This year, teams that out-homer their opponent are 19 and 4. Kirby behind in the count. The 3-1. It's high, not close. That's a walk to Santander. Vargas is warming. What will Dan do? 74 pitches for Kirby. Here comes Dan Wilson. Now, Kirby, who had been so impressive in his earliest postseason starts. Tonight, his 5th career postseason appearance, his 4th start, and it just did not work tonight for George Kirby. Knocked around against this ultra-aggressive Blue Jays team, and the Blue Jays are saying, yes, this is what we saw in New York that they did not see the first 2 games in Toronto against the Mariners. They have knocked Kirby out of the 5th and really made him pay the price. 8 runs, 7 hits, responsible for the man aboard. We'll step aside for a pitching change. Vargas is coming in top of the 5th inning. 7-2 Blue Jays on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Hey Mariner fans, Rick Riz here. Fall is here, and it's the perfect season to power up with STIHL. Made for America and trusted by the pros. STIHL is the preferred handheld outdoor power equipment provider of the Seattle Mariners. From the ballpark to your backyard, STIHL's battery-powered tools deliver the performance you need. Want a discount on your next online purchase? Just text the word Mariners to 26931 to receive a special offer. Text Mariners to 26931. Visit your local STIHL dealer or go to stihlusa.com.
All right, I've trained for this. I'm ready to face endless negotiations. Wait, what's that?
It's your Friendly Valley GMC team. Is that stress on your shoulders? Shh. Relax into stress-free car shopping. With Valley GMC, you'll find the perfect car at the right price. The one that fits your dreams, like warm, comfy slippers with Bluetooth and built-in GPS. Visit Valley GMC, the friendly folks in Auburn.
Friendly and stress-free, we're Valley GMC.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours. Building homes, businesses, and communities together. Bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
And maybe country music singer-songwriter Chase Matthews, Sunday, December 7th at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. Why's he calling? Don't miss Chase Matthews, December 7th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Well, the last time we saw Carlos Vargas was a couple of days ago, Monday in Toronto. We went 2 scoreless innings, and now he's on in relief. Here in the top of the 5th inning, 1 on, nobody out, a home run by Vladimir Guerrero, and the Blue Jays have bolted out to a 7-2 lead in this game. George Kirby goes 4+ innings tonight for the Mariners here in Game 3 of the series.
Yeah, this one did not go according to plan for Kirby. Responsible for the man aboard. Here is Kirk facing Vargas. Kirk walked and scored back in the 3rd. 7-2 Toronto, top of the 5th. The pitch.
Pull up.
Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. Now, look at what the Blue Jays did against the Yankees. The 1-0. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Crawford dives. He can't get to it. It's under his glove, and it rolls into center field. Santander into second. Kirk has himself a base hit. He reaches for the second time. Ground ball knocked right up the middle. So first and second for the Blue Jays. Nobody out. Now, the Blue Jays just boat raced the Yankees in so many ways. And they came into this league championship series having scored the most runs this postseason, and they, of course, were not a part of the wild card round. They had the highest slugging percentage with the lowest strikeout rate. There is Dalton Varsho. The pitch. Varsho swings and misses on a fastball middle away at 98 for strike 1. If you look at what they did in terms of the extra base power against New York winning the divisional round, they slugged over 600. Just over 600 as Varsho calls time, 601 to be exact. It was the 3rd highest slugging percentage of any postseason series in playoff history. First and second, nobody out. The 0-1 is downstairs. Now, in some ways, to be perfectly fair about it, it's a little wonky to be looking at slugging percentage for 4 games. And yet, it does tell the story of how much they obliterated the 1-1. It is a strike. Yankees pitching. I mean, they just crushed them. Vlad Jr. was a single-man wrecking ball. And then the Mariners come to town in Toronto and really handcuff the Blue Jays until tonight. The 1-2. Swinging, he fouls it back. 99 at the very top of the zone. Varsho able to get a piece to stay alive. You look at the first 2 games of the series in Toronto, and from the 3rd inning and later, the Blue Jays were combined 1-for-42. That's changed tonight. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball, playable short right field. This is turning out to be more of a pop-up as Polanco is there. The Mariners' second baseman about 10 feet deep. And to right makes the catch. Varsho is out number 1. He pops to second and brings up Barger.
How about you run him up?
Yeah, all 4 of the Blue Jays' runs the first 2 games came in the first 2 innings. Mariners pitching locked them down after that. Different story tonight. 1 out, first and second. The pitch to Barger. Bounces in. Ball 1. Seven-2 Blue Jays. 1 out, first and second for Toronto in the 5th inning. The 1-0. Swinging a fly ball, left field. Arozarena getting near the chalk, drifting. He's in fair ground still. He makes the catch, and the runners hold. Harmless fly ball out number 2 to left field. That brings up Ernie Clement. You know, the Blue Jays tonight are in their powder blue uniforms. For the longest time, dating back to roughly the last week of the regular season, the Blue Jays had been wearing maybe different uniform combinations, but they had always worn their panel hat. And that kind of famous, really good-looking Blue Jays hat with the white panel in the front of the royal blue on the sides and the royal blue bill. The pitch. Swinging this is slapped on a line into right field for a base hit. Santander being waved in. Here comes the throw from Robles. It is not close. It's cut. Here's the throw from Naylor over to third base, and the tag applied on Kirk from Gino. The run does count. Now, run added on. It's an 8-2 Blue Jays lead, but there is out number 3 to retire the side. So a couple of runs in the 5th. 8-2 Toronto to the last of the 5th inning on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate with the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever. You can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours, building homes, businesses, and communities together, bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
The Mariners are playing for the American League pennant, and the energy in Seattle is electric. Looking to be part of the action? Go to mariners.com/October. You'll find everything you need, from postseason tickets and suites to the latest on merchandise, watch parties, and more. Don't miss your chance to get in on the Mariners fun this October. Again, go to mariners.com/October for all things postseason as the squad battles for a spot in the World Series. Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Bigger, better, and clearly the best in the Northwest. Experience the best games, the best food, and the best rooms and suites at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. It's a home run. Muckleshoot.
Mariners are trailing now by a score of 8-2. 2 more runs coming in. John Schneider's having a talk with our home plate umpire.
I don't see Lucas out in left field yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember, he's got the knee issue. He went crashing
That's
in that sidewall a little bit ago.
That's Miles Straw who's running out there now. So Straw takes over in left for Lucas. Fouled a ball off his knee in game 1. Had to leave the game. He was in game 2 and then had to make a long run for a foul ball, then collided with the short wall and went into the netting, protecting the fans bordering left field. So a pretty important bat is out of the lineup now for the rest of the night for the Blue Jays. And a really good defender, Miles Straw, is now in left for Toronto. Well, this one, all Blue Jays. 8 runs on 10 hits, 2 runs on 3 hits for the Mariners. Robles, Crawford, and Randy to bat. If anybody reaches, Cal Raleigh will hit. Here comes the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. Bieber, meanwhile, has faced just 1 over the minimum the last 3 innings, and that was an infield base hit from Julio. The 1-0. Check swing. Does he go? Yes, he does. Slider down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, Lucas is in right field. Santander who's out.
Who had a back issue.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Boy, we really cracked that case, didn't we?
Yeah, we nailed it. I guess we didn't look to the other side of the outfield.
The 1-2. Swing and it's popped up to second base, and it's got there by Clement. 1 away. All right, so we were talking about the panel hats for the Blue Jays. Their closer, as the season was getting near the end, Jeff Hoffman and the Blue Jays were in kind of a run. He said, just kind of in casual conversation with somebody, hey, we got to change things up. What can we do to mix it up a little bit? And somebody had the idea to rock the panel hat that night, and they won, so you know how it goes. Here's the pitch to JP. Swinging, he drills this foul over by left field for strike 1. And so they wore the panel hats the rest of the regular season, and then in the divisional round, and then the first 2 games in Toronto. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle into center field for a base hit. Crawford is aboard. That's good to see. Mariners need some kind of spark. It's a 1-out single. 1 out, 1 on for the top of the order. 8-2 Toronto. Now the Blue Jays, I think, figured after those first 2 games against the Mariners and Rogers Center, they needed a new spark. So I'm guessing we might see the Powder Blues again tomorrow night if this thing holds. Mariners are down by 6. There's still a lot of time left, though. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Randy. The pitch is upstairs. Ball 1. JP lead at first base. The 1-0. Outside. Able to lay off the slider. 2-0. Cal on deck, then Julio. Just over 70 pitches now for Shane Bieber. He fires away. Lands a slider right over the plate. It's 2-1. I think one of the things that has made Bieber so special in his career is that he has been able to land that slider for a strike and then can throw it off the plate for a swinging strike. The 2-1. Does not chase. Trying to get him to chase that slider down and away, and it's 3-1. Now, when Bieber has his command, he is really tough. He's not an overpowering guy. Fastball about 93. He's had the command tonight, that's for sure. But he's behind here. 3-1 pitch to Randy. Swinging a grounder over to third. Barger has it. Belt high. Flips over to second 1. A whip throw over to first base. Not in time. Randy beats it out. Avoids the double play and brings Cal Raleigh to the plate. So Crawford cut down 5-4. Fielder's choice for Arozarena. Blue Jays 8 and the Mariners 2. As we broadcast from the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Bottom of the 5th inning. Cal 0 for 2. Having a terrific postseason, batting close to 360 this October. Third time facing Bieber. The right-hander's pitch.
Outside.
Misses away. Fastball at 92 for ball one. Nobody warming up yet for the Blue Jays, but there is some stirring going on over there in the Blue Jays bullpen. The 1-0. Swinging, it's popped up. This is drifting foul. Kirk is out of room. He's by the Mariners dugout steps, and this bounces on top of the dugout and into the crowd. Kirk went as far as he could go. Got to make some friends over there. Mariners down by 6 runs with 2 outs and a man on the last of the 5th inning. Cal with 12 career homers against the Blue Jays, including the postseason. 1 already this series. Bieber pauses. A long hold, now the pitch.
Outside.
That's a very close miss. A changeup that could have gone either way. 2-1. And now the bullpen is up. Fluharty is getting loose in the Blue Jays pen. The 2-1. Swinging a grounder. Foul over by first. Vlad looked like a receiver trying to get 2 feet down to make the catch there. As he kept his feet in bounds, but his glove unfortunately was out of bounds. Remember that one series a couple years ago when Vlad had a hole in his glove and 2 balls went through his glove at first base? Looks like he's got it stitched up since then. (8-2) Toronto, 2 outs. Randy at first base. Almost 80 pitches for Bieber. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Bieber lets out a big yell of emotion. He strikes out Cal Raleigh. 92 upstairs, and Bieber has, done his job tonight. Just 2 runs allowed over 5 really strong innings. Mariners nothing doing offensively by and large against Shane Bieber tonight. We march on to the 6th inning. It's the Blue Jays 8, the Mariners 2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I used to be the Headless Horseman's go-to jack-o'-lantern. We'd haunt the countryside, spook the townsfolk, legendary stuff. But then he heard about Northern Quest's $60,000 Heads Will Roll giveaway. Yeah, I know. And now he's off using his Camas card to rack up entries for the $30,000 grand prize on October 30th. Dude won't even text me back now. Then again, ghosting is kind of his thing. The Heads Will Roll giveaway, only at Northern Quest.
Bum, 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 ba-dum. Arby's new steak nuggets are here. Tender hand-cut steak is no longer confined to a steakhouse because Arby's savory steak nuggets make the world your steakhouse. Eat them in your mid-sized sedan or eat them at the movies, you sneaky boy. Arby's new steak nuggets. Eat them before they're gone.
Arby's, we have the meat.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Running a small business is tough. Reaching customers shouldn't be. That's why 700 ESPN and Phase 3 Digital are here for you. With radio, you get unmatched reach. With digital marketing, you get unbeatable precision. Together, they make a big impact for your small business. Visit 700ESPN.com and click on Advertise with Us. Phase 3 Digital and 700 ESPN, the perfect partnership for your business.
Seattle Mariners Baseball is brought to you by Mako Auto Body Shop and Painting and by Phase 3 Digital, the next phase in your marketing strategy.
You know the crowd is ready.
Now back to the Mariners on 700 ESPN.
Welcome back inside T-Mobile Park. Mariners and Blue Jays game 3. All Blue Jays so far. 8-2 the score as we head to the 6th inning. Vargas still on. He came on to record the final 3 outs of the 5th inning. This was not George Kirby's night. Kirby's final line, 4 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, allowed 3 homers. He was hit hard. Mariners had a 2-0 lead. Julio, a 2-run home run in the first, got things going for the Mariners. That postseason moment brought to you by Key Bank. Key Bank opens doors. Mariners looking for many more moments in this one. First trying to keep the Blue Jays off the board. Jimenez, a surprise 2-run home run in the third. That tied the score at the time. He'll bat here to lead things off. Vargas, his pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. So he's ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Vargas set, delivers. Swung on, hot shot left side. That's through past Suarez, bounding into left field, a base hit. So the Blue Jays right back to it. Double-figure hits in this game. That brings up top of the order. Here's Springer. Slugged a home run last time. Springer, a marvelous season this year. Had the 3rd best OPS in baseball.
Very predictable.
I mean, it's amazing. Last year he had 220 with 19 homers. This year, 32 homers, 27 doubles. Hit over 300. Here's the pitch. At the knees, that's a strike. Toronto, of course, last year, they were dead last in the East with an offense that really sputtered. This year, they won the East. Had the best record in the American League, the 0-1. Swung on that, slugged right field. Robles racing over near the line. He's not going to get there. It drops for a base hit. Nearly brings up chalk. Jimenez around second base. He glides into third. Blue Jays with a base hit. So runners at the corners now with nobody down here in the 6th. It's all going the Blue Jays' way tonight.
He looked cooked last year, completely washed, and you wondered if this was just going to be a complete albatross of a contract for the Blue Jays for the next couple of years, and then he responds this season with one of his best yet.
Caleb Ferguson is up in the bullpen. And with Lucas, the batter here, the lefty, we'll see if a change is made. And Dan Wilson's going to take the ball. So that's going to be it for Vargas. Mariners going back to the pen here. We're in the 6th. It's 8-2 Blue Jays. Back with more right after this.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
The playoffs are here, and so are the payoffs at Legends Casino Hotel. October is the perfect time for a fall road trip over the mountains to the beautiful Yakima Valley. Enjoy wine tasting, a wide-open golf course, and farm-to-table food with a home base at Legends Casino Hotel. Spacious, quiet, comfortable rooms, the brand-new Sage Spa, and live entertainment await. Make the beautiful drive over to Legends Casino Hotel. Pass the time while listening to the game. Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
Nothing says Mariners baseball like the sounds of the game. And nothing prepares you for game day like AM/PM. From ice-cold drinks to hot, tasty snacks, it's the perfect play for Mariners fans on the go. As a proud partner of the Mariners, AM/PM is here to keep you ready for every big play, every home run, and every extra inning snack run. So before first pitch or after a big win, swing by AM/PM, where the lineup is always delicious. AM/PM, too much good stuff.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. Choose a reserved or flex plan to unlock great benefits like year-round savings, no ticket fees, priority pre-sales, and more. Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
Well, the new pitcher for the Mariners, veteran left-hander Caleb Ferguson, will take over. The Blue Jays have runners on at first and third with nobody out here in the top half of the 6th inning, and they lead by a pretty good margin by a score of 8-2. So that's it for Carlos Vargas, who goes 1+. Ferguson with the Pirates this year 2-2, with the Mariners 3-2, with a 3.27 ERA, appeared in 25 games out of the Mariners bullpen. He's trying to slow down the bats of the Toronto Blue Jays.
This call to the bullpen brought to you by Sunset Auto Family in Summer and Auburn. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that. So Lucas bats here, lefty on lefty. Runners on the corners, no outs. Ferguson, high hold. Here comes his pitch. Swung on, bounding ball, right side. Naylor charging, scoops out of his only play is to tag Lucas. Jimenez slides safely at home, scoring, and the Blue Jays add another run on the board. 9-2 Toronto.
Not much Josh could do on the play except get the out on the hitter. Lucas coming up that first base line as Jimenez was able to score easily. Ball wasn't hit that hard.
Easy call right here, as especially now with Miles Straw batting cleanup. They're going to walk Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with first base open. Vlad has had a monster night, a home run, a double, a single. He has scored twice. So Straw will bat here with runners at first and second. Straw came on defensively for Santander, is now out of the game. 9-2 Blue Jays, one out. Ferguson, his pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Blue Jays have no one warming, so you'd expect Bieber to come back out. This game very reminiscent, as Aaron mentioned, of the series win against the Yankees, where the Blue Jays just steamrolled New York. The 1-0 down low. Blue Jays won game 1 10-1. In game 2 they put 13 runs on the board. They had 23 runs in the first 2 games. They lost game 3 but came back to get game 4 5-2. Here's the 2-0. That's a strike. Game 4 tomorrow, 5:33. Castillo against Max Scherzer. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on Sky, foul territory, first base side. That's going to crawl into the crowd, out of play. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Straw. Ferguson pitched against the Tigers a couple of times. Appeared in game 1. And also in game 3. Struggled in game 3. Gave up 3 runs in the win. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Mariners down by 7 in the 6th inning. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Gets a strikeout on Straw. And there's 2 away. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Kirk will bat here. Kirk's been busy. A walk, a single. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down low. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Mariners down 7. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Mariners had a 2-0 lead. Blue Jays 5 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 here in the 6th. They've scored in every inning, starting in the 3rd. It's been the complete opposite of the first 2 games of this series, where they were very quiet after the first. The 1-1. Swung on, hit well, right field, twisting around Robles. He's at the warning track, he's at the wall, and that is gone. 3-run home run, Kirk. It is 12-2 Blue Jays. Fourth home run of the night for Toronto. Here's Varsho. The pitch to him is a strike. Top of the zone. 12 runs on the board for the Blue Jays. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, little looper, center field. That's a base hit. 14th hit for Toronto. Barger's going to bat. Clement, the only one who has not batted in this inning. Everybody batted in the third for the Blue Jays.
Now they are approaching some franchise history. The most runs they've ever scored in a postseason game is 15. They're 3 shy of that. Now the most hits they've ever recorded, 18. They're 4 shy of that mark.
So Barger batting, the pitch to him. Half cut does not go.
And it's only the 6th inning.
Yeah. 4 in this inning. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. What a wild series this has been already. The 1-1. Strike. The Mariners taking the first 2 in Toronto. In a game where George Kirby took the mound, you would not have expected 12 on the board for the Blue Jays by the 6th inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Ferguson the high hold. Here comes his pitch. Swung on a bounding ball right to Naylor at first base. Goes to second for some reason with 2 outs, and they get the force out there as JP scooped it up. All he had to do was step on first. He was going for a double play. Well, they got the out, and that's all that matters. Blue Jays, 4 more runs here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the inning. It's 12-2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Baseball fans, it's time to step up to the plate and swing for a grand slam at the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot Casino Resort is always a home run with the best games, the best restaurants, the best pool and spa, and the best rooms and luxury suites. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Hey Mariners fans, Dan Wilson here with a reminder to make a play for your health with Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. They are the trusted sports medicine provider for our team and for our fans. So if you're a current, retired, or even a casual athlete, having the right medical team behind you can make all the difference. Stay on top of your game. Visit vmfh.org/Mariners and find a sports medicine specialist today.
Fall is here and change is in the air. Are you looking to get more out of your personal or business banking? If so, check out Mechanics Bank. They're one of the safest and soundest in the country. They put customers first and help businesses thrive, and they positively impact the communities they serve. Stop by one of their 32 branches throughout the Pacific Northwest today or online at mechanicsbank.com. That's mechanicsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, baseball fans, you want to stay ahead of the curve? Become a Mariners insider. Text Mariners to 24247. That's 24247. And go to mariners.com/insider to receive breaking news, pre-sale offers, exclusive content, and more.
Well, we move to the 6th inning. It has been a tough night for the Mariners. 12-2. Blue Jays, 12 runs, 14 hits. Mariners, 2 runs on 4. Now, the Mariners had a 2-0 lead in this one. They're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Julio going to lead things off for the Mariners. Bieber still up on the hill. Julio, a home run. The Mariners led 2-0, 3 batters into this game. It has turned fast. Blue Jays, 7 extra base hits tonight. 4 home runs. They have just pounded the baseball. So Bieber steps into the pitch. Here it is. He sends it downstairs. Oh, no, that's on the corner. A strike. So 0-1 on Julio. Bieber, 80 pitches. No one throwing the pen. Here's the pitch that swung on a miss. That was a changeup tailing in that he takes a cut at. No balls, 2 strikes. Bieber winds, delivers. And misses away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aaron, you're talking about the Blue Jays and postseason's hits and runs. Here comes the 1-2.
Sorry.
That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I noticed you brought up a box score from Blue Jays history.
I have to do like a quadruple take at this box score from a World Series game.
The 2-2. And that's inside. Nearly hits Julio.
All right, this is game 4 of the 93 World Series. Blue Jays at Phillies. The Blue Jays won 15-14 in the World Series.
The 3-2 swung out a miss. Down goes Julio. 8 strikeout for Bieber.
I mean, I say it like that because you think about all the great pitching that you see, obviously, and how hard runs are to come by. And maybe more impressive than anything, the Blue Jays scored 15 runs on 18 hits without hitting a home run.
Wow.
The great Ricky Henderson led off for the Blue Jays that night.
Here's Polanco. The pitch. Swung out and missed.
Also, that's with the pitcher batting. And they had 18 hits.
That's a pretty stacked Blue Jays lineup. Olerud was in that lineup. Paul Molitor. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, bounding ball left side. Jimenez on the backhand fires to first. It is in time to get Polanco. Spectacular play to get the second out. Let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Stay with your Seattle Mariners during the 2025 playoff run, right here on your home for the M's.
The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung out, line drive, base hit, right field.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
So 2 away. Naylor's going to bat here. 12-2. Blue Jays do have action going up to their pen now. Bieber gave up 2 in the first. He's been excellent since. Nods his head into the wind, delivers. Swung and smoked on a couple hops to first base, flat on the backhand. Smothers, little underhand toss, pretty high. Bieber has to leap in the air. He grabs it, stops on first to get the out. And the Mariners 1-2-3 in the 6th. All right, move along to the 7th. It's all Blue Jays tonight. 12-2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
You ever walk up to your car and think, hey, I really should get that fixed? Mako makes it easy. From chip paint, a dented door, or scratches you've ignored for months, you don't need a new car, just a fresh start. Mako works with your budget and gets the job done fast. They've been serving the area for over 50 years with 2 convenient family-owned locations. In North Spokane on Francis, and if you're in the Valley or North Idaho, you're only minutes away from their Valley location on Sprague, just east of Sullivan. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Ben the Bear from Valley. VIP Auto Sales with an important message. If you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, whatever you do, don't buy brand new. Go to Valley. VIP Auto Sales. You save so much money. You could save enough to buy a house. Think new to you. Think Valley. VIP Auto Sales. The chemicals that cause new car smell can be toxic and may cause health problems. Whatever you do, don't buy new. Go to Valley. VIP Auto Sales. Don't worry about repairs buying a pre-owned vehicle. Stay protected with a low-cost service contract that works like a warranty. Take your vehicle to the shop of your choice when needed and just pay the deductible at Valley. VIP Auto Sales. Our team of lenders will find the best interest rate with the lowest payment possible. Come in today, put nothing down, and make no payment for 60 days. Genius. Whatever you do, don't buy new. Go to Valley. VIP Auto Sales.
All financing on approved credit.
This is Rick Riz. Thanks for tuning in to Seattle Mariners Baseball right here on 700 ESPN.
Swing and a well-hit ball deep to right field. Going and goodbye, baseball. Cal Raleigh, you did it again.
All Blue Jays tonight, 12-2 the score. We go to the 7th inning. Ferguson still on the hill for the Mariners. Game 4 tomorrow in Seattle. 5:33 first pitch. Luis Castillo will get the ball against Toronto. Max Scherzer on the other side. If this score holds tomorrow, it'll be a pivotal game certainly.
Two teams cannot look as different as they have in the first 3 games here.
That's correct.
And the road team each time.
It really makes you wonder what we're going to see tomorrow. So Clement batting here against Ferguson. Here comes his first pitch. Swung on and missed. Well, the Blue Jays, after dropping the first 2 games of the series, from their perspective, they're looking at these 3 games in Seattle essentially as a 3-game series to win and try and get the series back to Toronto. The pitch. That's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And of course, the Mariners on the other side. There he did go. So no balls, 2 strikes. The Mariners, of course, trying to win this 3-game series at home to make sure this series is over and never sees Toronto again. And the Blue Jays on their way to taking the first game of these 3 in Seattle. The 0-2. Down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seventh inning. Blue Jays a 10-run lead. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up. That's out of play behind home plate.
Blue Jays in their 2 home games scored a grand total of 4 runs. They got 5 runs in the top of the 3rd. Baseball's a funny game, guys.
Yeah, they had 4 runs in the 6th.
Yeah.
And matched it 1 inning, surpassed it in another. The 1-2. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, the biggest surprise is George Kirby's been excellent in the postseason. Great down the stretch. And the Blue Jays just battered him tonight. The 2-2. Swung on and ripped down the third base line. That's foul. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, shot foul. Big part of that, too. Vlad is just in the middle of everything for the Blue Jays. He was 0 for 7 in the first 2 games of the series with the walk. And then you look down tonight. He has homered. He has doubled. He has singled. He's walked. He's scored 3 times. Here's the 2-2. Swung on. That's hit high to left field. Rosarena drifting back. He reaches up, makes the catch. 1 away. In a lot of ways, as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. goes, so do the Blue Jays, and it's been extreme in these 3 games. Here's Jimenez. Ferguson from the belt. Now raises the pitch. Swung on, slashed foul on the third base line. Here comes the 0-1. That's upstairs. Of course, we know Castillo's going to throw tomorrow. It will be interesting after that. Will we see Wu in this series at some point? Will he be out of the pen? Will he be a starter? Here's the pitch. Swung on, little parachute to left field. That's a base hit. Jimenez, his third hit of the night, including a home run. So everything off the bat has fallen. It's been just the opposite of the first two games of this series. Here's Springer. Springer has homered, one of the 4 tonight for Toronto. He signaled and scored last time. The pitch to him. That's fouled away.
And way too many comfortable at bats for the Blue Jays in this ball game. Nobody's been pushed off the plate.
Here's the 0-1. At the knees. 15 hits for Toronto tonight. Ferguson ready. He deals. Slashed foul. That's into the seats first base side. We'll do it again.
You were talking about that Yankees series. They had 15 hits in game 2. This is nothing new for the Blue Jays. They came to the ballpark today just hoping that they could get back to some form of what they did against New York, and they're doing the exact same thing as it turns out.
Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Gets away from Cal. Jimenez will take second base. Well, given what we've seen in the first 3 games of the Blue Jays, it's been all or nothing. What are we going to see in game 4? You think about his last postseason appearance against the Blue Jays, that start in Toronto in 2022. He was just dominant. Lucas standing in the pitch, a swung on, ground ball right to second. Polanco scoops it up. He'll fire to first to get the out. That's it for Toronto in the 7th. No runs on the board. We go to the bottom of the inning. All Blue Jays 12-2 on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
October baseball is back in Seattle, and the official airline partner of the Mariners is inviting you to go further with Atmos Rewards, a loyalty program by Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines. Atmos Rewards is the #1 airline rewards program, offering you more ways to earn and redeem points on over 1,000 global destinations. Seize the moment, Mariner fans. Sign up today at atmosrewards.com. That's ATMOS rewards.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, baseball fans. Want to stay ahead of the curve? Well, become a Mariners insider. Text Mariners to 24247. That's 24247 to receive text messages including breaking news, pre-sale offers, ticket specials, player messages, and more. Message and data rates may apply. Or if you prefer email, visit mariners.com/insider and sign up to get all the latest info delivered free to your inbox, wherever you are. Mariners Baseball. Seize the moment.
Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Game 3 of the American League Championship Series, and Toronto well in front. It's 12-2. Mariners got a 2-run home run in the first inning by Julio. That postseason moment brought to you by Key Bank. Key Bank opens doors. Since then, it's been all Blue Jays, 12 unanswered. They've gone to the bullpen for the first time. Braden Fisher will take over on the hill. Shane Bieber gave up that 2-run home run in the first, really settled in. He pitched great after that. Bieber, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts on 88 pitches. Or vintage Bieber. Gino going to lead things off against Fisher. What a funny start to the championship series on both sides. We take a look at the Chevy Colorado scoreboard. Brewers hosting the first 2 games, losing the first 2 to the Dodgers. Here's the pitch to Gino. That's upstairs. Toronto, of course, hosting, losing their first 2 games to the Mariners. But now the Blue Jays in control of game 3 on the road. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Who's going to be the first home team to win a game in the championship series? The 1-1. Swung on. That's ripped into left field. A base hit for Gino. So Gino checks in with a knock. Dom Canzone will bat here. Aaron, I am reminded in this situation when John Smoltz wisely told us about the postseason and the key to the postseason. Even if you lose 1 game, the key is not to lose 2 in a row.
He made the math pretty simple.
He did. He said just one time you got to win 2 in a row and never lose 2 in a row. You'll win the series. The pitch is Dom. That's down low.
Well, the Mariners did the first part, which is pretty hard.
Yeah. They've won 2 in a row. Now they just have to avoid losing 2 in a row the rest of the way. The 1-0. That's outside. I thought that was sage advice.
Well, what does John know about the postseason? It is amazing looking at his postseason pitching log.
Here's the 2-0. Swung on, slapped back to the screen, foul. 2 balls, 1 strike.
In a 14-year Major League career, 21-year Major League career, he pitched 14 Octobers.
Wow.
He worked a full season extra of innings pitched.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on. That is foul. Off the netting down the right field line. Out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Braves had an incredible run with they 14 consecutive division series.
Yeah, they were constantly in October. Right. Unfortunately, they only won 1 World Series, but he has 209 career postseason innings.
That's unbelievable. The 2-2. Swung on, hit right to second base. Clement under and tossed to short for 1. Jimenez to first. Double play. And 2 erased here in the 7th. I was looking at that today because of the start tomorrow by Max Scherzer. He's got 25 postseason starts. That's in the top 10 all time. He's just behind John Smoltz, who had 27 postseason starts.
And 41 appearances.
Yeah, of course. Bullpen guy for a while, too. Here's the pitch to Robles that swung out and missed.
I was watching the Major League Baseball Network. Mark DeRosa was on some of those Atlanta Braves teams. He said, we went to spring training knowing we're going to be in the postseason every year, and they pretty much were.
Here's the 0-1. And that's wide. John Smoltz also involved in a series, the World Series against the Yankees, where Atlanta took the first 2 games in '96 against the Yankees in the Bronx. Here's the 1-1. That's down low. And then the Yankees went on to take the next 4, and the Braves lost the World Series in '96. John Smoltz pitched 8 innings in Game 5. Gave up 1 run, outdueled by Andy Pettitte. The 2-1. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Jimenez under it. He's right there on the dirt to make the one-hand catch, and that's it. Pettitte, by the way, has the most postseason starts in Major League history. 44 postseason starts for Andy Pettitte. That's it for the Mariners in the 7th. We move to the 8th. It's 12-2 Blue Jays on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
Papa Murphy's dares you to turn up the sweet and the heat with 3 bold new ways to pizza. Introducing the Ultimate Pepperoni with Mike's Hot Honey for flavor lovers and heat seekers alike. For just $9.99, you can start with the bold, our Ultimate Pepperoni with 2 types of pep, or turn it up with the bolder, Ultimate Pepperoni drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey, or go all in with the boldest, Ultimate Pepperoni with Mike's Extra Hot Honey. 1 hot oven, 3 bold pizzas, each just $9.99, only at Papa Murphy's.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Mariners Baseball is brought to you locally by Northern Quest Resort and Casino and your 4 Spokane area Arby's restaurants.
You know the crowd is ready.
Now, back to Seattle Mariners Baseball on 700 ESPN.
Well, here we go to the top half of the 8th inning. Game 3 of the best of 7 American League Championship Series. And the Toronto Blue Jays way out in front by a score of 12-2. Mariners got up to the great start in the bottom of the first inning. Julio Rodriguez hit a line shot 2-run home run. But after that, boom, 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 go the Toronto Blue Jays. They have scored 12 runs in a hurry. They got 5 runs in the 3rd, 1 run in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and 4 more runs in the 6th inning. Some changes for the Mariners. Luke Jackson will take over and work the top half of the 8th inning. And Leo Rivas will play second base for Jorge Polanco. So Rivas at second, and Jackson is on in relief. Leading things off is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There was a triple away from hitting for the cycle. Man, the Blue Jays turned on the offense after they were down 2 innings, 2-0. Here's a swing and a line shot into the gap in right center field. This is going to get by Julio all the way to the 1-2 track to the wall. Guerrero to second base. He may try for the cycle. No, he checks in at second with a double. The long throw in by Julio is cut off by Rivas, but Vlad had to be thinking about it. He was a triple away from hitting for the cycle. He got the single in the 1st, the double in the 3rd, the home run in the 5th, intentionally walked, scored in the 6th, and now he has a double into the gap in right center, leading off the top half of the 8th inning. So Guerrero 4 for 4 with a single, 2 doubles, and a home run. His teammates were thinking, hey, maybe 12-2, you got a shot. Here's the pitch on the way to Miles Straw, and he takes a look at ball 1. But Guerrero saw the throw come in a hurry. Good hustle by Julio to chase it down out there in right center field. 16 hits for the Blue Jays. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul back by Straw. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Guerrero has smashed the ball all over the yard tonight.
Huge night for Vlad Jr. The stretch and the 1-1 from Jackson is low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Gary, you and Aaron were talking about John Smoltz' incredible Hall of Fame career. But I think the greatest game that he pitched was in a loss in Game 7 of the World Series with Atlanta. Swinging a ground ball to short. Up with the ball, Crawford. He's got it. Gathers it in. The throw to first, and it's in time to get Straw, who can run. And there's 1 away. Holding at second base is Guerrero. Game 7 of the 1991 World Series. Braves and the Minnesota Twins in Minnesota. Extra innings. Jack Morris went all the way. Smoltz went all the way. And some say the greatest game ever pitched on both sides. Here's Alejandro Kirk. The pitch on the way to Kirk, and it's low and outside for ball one. And the Braves with Smoltz on the mound. The Twins with Jack Morris on the mound. Battled inning after inning. Gene Larkin ended up winning the ballgame with a pinch hit single. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's going to be inside for ball one. Dan Gladden scored from third base with the only run of the game, and Minnesota won 1-0. But an incredible performance by both Jack Morris, who won, and John Smoltz, who lost. Here's the pitch on the way. A strike on Kirk, and the count is now 2-1. That will go down as one of the greatest games ever pitched in World Series play. The look back by Jackson, and the right-handers 2-1 to Kirk. Breaking ball, low and outside for ball three. 3 balls and a strike. And the Twins won the World Series. Jackson checking in with Guerrero. 1 out, 1 on. The pitch to Kirk. Swung on. Tapper at the plate. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And what an incredible career by John Smoltz. Broadcasting this game nationally in the American League Championship Series. Mariners with 2 wins in Toronto, winning 3-1 and 10-3. And the Blue Jays way out in front here in the 8th inning, 12-2. The stretch by Jackson, and the right-handers 3-2 on the way to Kirk. Swinging a hard ground ball to third. Up with the ball is Gino. Checks the runner at second. Guerrero throws the first in time to get Kirk for the second out of the inning. Well, time now for the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Penn Report. The Mariners have used Vargas, Ferguson, and now Luke Jackson behind George Kirby in this ball game. That's the Penn Report, brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and the best in the Northwest. Here's Dalton Varsho. Dad played in the big leagues. Here's the pitch on the way, and a swing and a foul, or it's in the dirt, and the ball gets away from Cal. Not a foul ball. And over to third base goes Guerrero. Pitch was in the dirt and bounced up in the air, and that's really tough for a catcher. You're looking around, you're thinking the ball, of course, is on the ground somewhere, left, right, or behind you, but it was up in the air. And the count is 0-1 on Varsho. Went after a pitch in the dirt. And now Guerrero gets third on a wild pitch on a swing and a miss by Varsho. The stretch and the pitch from Jackson. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down and in. And the count is 0-2. Mariners at one point of the game had the early, and I mean early, 2-0 lead on Julio's 2-run home run in the first. Now the stretch and the Jackson 0-2 pitch. It is strike 3 called. He gets Varsho looking, and that is going to retire the side, and the Blue Jays held scoreless for one of the few times tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 2.
It's championship season. Are you winning with your current bank? If not, check out Mechanics Bank. They're one of the safest and soundest in the country. They put customers first and help businesses thrive. And they positively impact the communities they serve. Stop by one of their 32 branches throughout the Pacific Northwest today or online at mechanicsbank.com. That's mechanicsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The playoffs are here, and so are the payoffs at Legends Casino Hotel. October is the perfect time for a fall road trip over the mountains to the beautiful Yakima Valley. Enjoy wine tasting, a wide-open golf course, and farm-to-table food with a home base at Legends Casino Hotel. Spacious, quiet, comfortable rooms, the brand-new Sage Spa, and live entertainment await. Make the beautiful drive over to Legends Casino Hotel. Pass the time while listening to the game. Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
T-Mobile is more than the best network in the game. They're now the best network in America, according to the experts at Ookla Speed Test. So MLB fans are connected from home to home plate with the most advanced 5G, the most towers, and a signal that goes farther than ever. You can keep up with your teams on the road, overseas, even off the grid. For baseball fans, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H2025, compatible device and plan required for T-Satellite. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Well, our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 2 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Game 3 of the best-of-7 series. Glad you could join us for all the play-by-play tonight from a packed house here at T-Mobile Park. 3 games here at T-Mobile. And the Mariners would love to wrap this thing up after winning the first 2 games against the Blue Jays at Rogers Center in Toronto. We have a new pitcher. Yariel Rodriguez will take over for the Blue Jays. And due up for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford, followed by Randy Arozarena. And then Cal Raleigh. So here is Rodriguez. Mariners during the regular season, 2-4 against the Blue Jays, who tied the Yankees for the top spot in the American League East. In the meantime, the Mariners won their first West Division title in 24 years with a record of 90-72. What a year for this ball club. Here's Crawford to lead things off. The stretch by Rodriguez. He delivers. Swing and a miss at a fastball in the count 0-1. Still a lot of baseball left to go in this best-of-7 series. Mariners, those huge wins in Toronto. The look in by Rodriguez, and now the right-handers 0-1 on the way. JP swinging a pop-up, shallow left field, down the line, a long run for Jimenez, long run for Straw, and it's going to be Straw who makes the catch out in left field for the out. Had some hang time, and Miles was able to get there to make the grab. So 1 away for the Mariners. And that'll bring up Randy Arozarena, who led off the first inning with a walk, stole second. He was aboard when Julio hit that tracer off the out-of-town scoreboard in left field above the Mariners bullpen, giving the Mariners a quick 2-0 lead. All of a sudden, this game turned around on a dime. Here's the pitch to Randy, and it's a strike, 0-1. Mariners in the postseason, 5-2. They've won 3, lost 2 against Detroit, so they're 2-1 here at home and 3-1 on the road. The pitch. A strike on the inside corner. The count is 0-2 on Randy. Looking at this lineup. Heck of a lineup for the Mariners. A lot of guys with postseason play, including Randy. Gotten in a lot of time in the postseason with Tampa Bay. In 5 years with Tampa Bay. During the postseason, he had .336 with 11 home runs and 17 runs batted in. The pitch to him is low for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And in 2020, he was the American League Championship Series MVP for Tampa Bay against Houston. Now the stretch, and the 1-2 on the way to Randy, and it's way outside for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And of course, Mitch Garver with some playing time in the World Series just a couple of years ago with the Texas Rangers, who beat the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's great to have guys in that clubhouse that have been there and done that. Here's the pitch. Low and outside for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a number of other guys as well with postseason experience. I was talking with Harry Ford prior to the ball game. Young catcher. One of the 3 catchers on this roster. Here's a swing and a drive deep to left field. Going and goodbye baseball into the Blue Jays bullpen. Randy Arozarena. 27 home runs during the regular season. There's his first home run of this postseason. And it's now the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 3. As he hits one out to Randy Land. Anything in left field is Randy Land. So for the Mariners, their second home run of the night. Giving the Mariners their 3 runs. Julio with a 2-run blast back in the first inning. This is a breaking ball left up in the strike zone, and Randy got it all. So 12-3 Toronto. And that'll bring up Cal Raleigh. Rodriguez ready. Burley right-hander. Fires away. And it's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. As home plate umpire Ben May. And the count is 0-1. Tomorrow night, Game 4 of the best of 7 ALCS. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. What a matchup. Luis Castillo going for the Mariners. It's been outstanding this year. Max Scherzer, the future Hall of Famer, will get the start for the Blue Jays in Game 4. What a job tonight by Shane Bieber coming off Tommy John surgery. Here's a swing and a drive deep to right field. Down the line, and this one is gone. Goodbye baseball. In and out of the bleachers in right field. An effort by Lucas to try to bring it back. Cal Raleigh with a home run. Back-to-back home runs for Randy Rosarena and Cal Raleigh. This ball club getting the fans back in the ball game. It's now the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 4. Cal Raleigh with his 3rd home run of the postseason. Down the right field line. He hit 60 during the regular season. Nathan Lucas going high in the air just beyond his reach. And got out of here to right field. 12-4 Blue Jays. Here's Julio. Let's see if Julio can go. And he takes a pitch inside for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Back-to-back home runs by Randy and Cal. Rodriguez from the stretch. And the right-hander's pitch to Julio. And it's going to be down low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. A lot of fans back on their feet. They're looking for any kind of excitement after the Blue Jays ran away and hid with 12 runs in the middle part of this game. Now the stretch by Rodriguez, and the right-hander is 2-0 on the way to Julio, and that's a strike on the outside corner at the knee. So says Ben May, the plate umpire. 2-1. Might have been a little bit outside. Hardy getting loose in the Toronto bullpen. Now the stretch, and the 2-1 to Julio. Swinging a fly ball deep center field. Varsho going back to the warning track. He's there and will make the catch right at the edge of the warning track, and that is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Mariners have had some length. Balls hit by the last 3 hitters. Randy with a home run to left, Cal with a home run to right, and that deep fly to straightaway center field by Julio, who homered back in the first. Blue Jays lead at 12-4, 2 outs, and here's new second baseman Leo Rivas. Came into play second base for Polanco. The stretch and the pitch to Leo is a strike called. 0-1. Leo batting .250 for the postseason. Had a big RBI single in that marathon game here at home against Detroit. Swinging a foul back by Rivas in the count 0-2. He came in to pinch hit in the 7th inning and drove in a run with a base hit to tie the game at 2, and it stayed that way until Polanco won it with a walk-off base hit in the right field, scoring J.P. Crawford. Mariners won 3-2 in 15 innings to win the division series against Detroit. Leo pinwheels that bat around and around. Rodriguez ready. And the 0-2 pitch on the way to Rivas. Low and outside. It bounces in for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. May, the home plate umpire, gets a fresh supply of baseballs from the Mariner bat boy. Full house here at T-Mobile Park for Game 3 of the series. Now the stretch and the 1-2 pitch to Leo. Low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leo trying to get on board any way he can. Josh Naylor is due up next. Rodriguez taking some time waiting for Leo. Now Leo's ready, so is Rodriguez. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch. It is strike 3 called, and that will retire the side. Well, Randy and Cal gave the fans something to cheer about. Back-to-back home runs here in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top half of the 9th inning. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's now the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 4.
Want to earn extra money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming November 2025, March 2026 season. Earn up to $36 an hour plus a $1,000 hire-in incentive. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is preferred. Apply today at SpokaneAirports.net.
Interest rates are high, the market's unpredictable, and home sales are slowing way down. But here's the thing, we're still buying, and not just one or two. We've bought over 500 homes from folks right here in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. This is Chad Young with the EasyHomeBuyer.com. We've helped people during divorce, inherited properties, foreclosures, you name it. Through it all, one thing hasn't changed. We keep our promises. We're local, we're experienced, and we're not going anywhere. In fact, we just rolled out our highest offer guarantee, a program that allows us to actually overpay for the right homes. It's not a gimmick. It's how we compete and how we win for our sellers. There's no pressure, no fees, and you close when you're ready. No repairs, no cleanup, and no open houses. Just one quick conversation that could completely change your situation. Call me at 509-567-6000. That's 509-567-6000.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
I just realized I'm the Felix Hernandez of radio. Hey, Spokane, it's Dave Wyman. Thanks for listening to Wyman and Bob right here on 700 ESPN.
Our Mechanics Bank score as we go to the top half of the 9th inning. It's now the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 4. Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh with back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we go to the top half of the 9th. And Luke Jackson, who put up a scoreless top of the 8th inning, will take a look at Barger, Clement, and Jimenez. Say, friends, come on board in 2026 with a Mariners season ticket membership. You're going to have two great options. Reserve plans let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark from day one, or go with a flex plan and choose your games and seats as you go. Become a member today at Mariners.com/26. Rick Reyes along with Gary Hill Jr., Aaron Goldsmith, Shannon Dreyer will be with you on the postgame show. Addison Barger to lead off the top half of the 9th inning. And got a little bit of a delay, and now it seems to be all right. Ben May, the home plate umpire, looking along the third base line. Jackson's pitch on the way to Barger. It is down low for ball one. George Kirby started the ball game. Got off to a good start. Retired 6 of the first 7 batters that he faced, and then the Blue Jays offense erupted. Next offer on the way, a strike on Barger, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Blue Jays with 5 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 4 runs in the 6th. The pitch. Swinging a well-hit ball deep to right field. That ain't coming back. Way out of here. And this time off the facing or into the hit it here patio in straightaway right field. Barger with a long home run for Toronto. And the Blue Jays now lead it 13-4. This one is way back to right field. This is the facing of that second level. Ends up way back in the lower deck. So for the Blue Jays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home runs in this game. They lead 13-4. Here's a ground ball left side. Charging is Gino on the run. Barehands it. Throws the first in time to get Clement. So Clement out on a nice play, 5-3. Turned in by Eugenio Suarez. But the Blue Jays get another run on another home run. 5 home runs on the night. 1 away, and that'll bring up Andres Jimenez, who hit the first of 5 home runs in the top of the 3rd inning. That tied the game at 2-2 after Clement led off the inning with a double. Here's a swing and a drive into the gap at left center field. Julio on the run. He's there and will make the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 down after the home run by Barger. Manager John Schneider moving Barger down in the order. Barger was up in the cleanup spot in the opening 2 games of the series, but struggling. And now he's hitting to number 7. Here's George Springer with a swing and a line drive into right center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Another hit for the Blue Jays, their 18th hit of the game. And the 3rd for Springer, and he's on with 2 outs.
Now that ties the Blue Jays single game postseason record, 18 hits. They're 2 runs shy of matching the 15 runs they scored in Game 4 of the World Series back in '93, the most they've ever scored in a single game of the playoffs.
They have 13 runs tonight on 18 base hits.
They matched their postseason home run record in a postseason game as well.
Nathan Lucas hit it, and he takes a strike, and the count is 0-1.
And this is why the Blue Jays felt so good coming into the series, is the offense, what they did against New York. Second time this October with 5 homers in a game.
And the next offer by Jackson. Swing, little tapper along the first base line. Jackson over quickly. He's got it. Gets on the line. Puts the tag on Lucas well in front of the bag at first base. And that will end the inning as the Blue Jays add another run. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last drive for the Mariners. And our Mechanics Bank score. It's now the Blue Jays 13 and the Mariners 4.
$195 million. Global Credit Union members saved $195 million last year through lower fees and better interest rates. At Global, member service is our highest priority. 27 branches throughout Washington, an easy-to-use mobile app, and access to a member service rep wherever you are and whenever you need help. 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, proud partners of Seattle Mariners Radio.
And maybe stay on your side. It's Chase Matthews, Sunday, December 7th at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. Country music singer, songwriter Chase Matthews, one of country music's most compelling rising stars. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com.
Why does he call you dog?
Don't miss Chase Matthews, December 7th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Come get your memory.
21 and older. Need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
The Mariners are playing for the American League pennant, and the energy in Seattle is electric. Looking to be part of the action? Go to mariners.com/October. You'll find everything you need, from postseason tickets and suites to the latest on merchandise, watch parties, and more. Don't miss your chance to get in on the Mariners fun this October. Again, go to mariners.com/October for all things postseason as the squad battles for a spot in the World Series. Mariners baseball, seize the moment.
Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Well, here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and, well, the Mariners need a whole bunch. It's the Blue Jays 13 and the Mariners 4. 5 home runs for Toronto in this ball game, as Addison Barger added home run number 5 in the top half of the 9th inning. New pitcher, left-hander Mason Fluharty, will take over and work the bottom of the 9th inning. And due up for the Mariners, looks like it's going to be Harry Ford. Pinch hit for Josh Naylor, so Harry a chance to swing the bat here in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. I was talking with Harry prior to the ball game. One of 3 catchers, just one of the young babies on this team. Just a kid, and so talented, super kid. And so what an experience is this for you? You know, being the postseason, you just got called up to the big leagues. Not a lot of playing time, but you're having a chance to watch everything that's going on, get in at bat here or there. So what a thrill for this kid, because I said, man, you're going to be here for a long time. There's so much talent in this organization. Here's the pitch on the way from Fluharty. Swinging a line shot into center field, and that's going to drop in, a base hit. Varsho had to play it on a hop. Harry Ford jumped on a fastball and ripped it into center field. Way to go, kid. So Harry Ford drills one into center field, leading off the bottom half of the 9th inning. Way to go, Harry. One on, and that'll bring up Gino Eugenio Suarez. for Harry Ford. Base hit number 1 in his career in the postseason. Gino is 1 for 3. A base hit to left field back in the 7th inning as they raced on a double play ball. And that's great to see. A kid like that get a chance to swing the bat. Here's the set by Fluharty. And the pitch on the way to Gino. It's going to be up high for ball 1. Blue Jays 13 runs, 18 base hits. Mariners 4 runs, 8 hits to make it 3 home runs. The pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, and the count is even on Gino. And 1-1. Just tuned in. Julio with a 2-run home run in the first inning, giving the Mariners a quick 2-0 lead. In between, a lot of damage by Toronto. And the Mariners back-to-back home runs by Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul off the catcher Kirk. And the count is now 1-2 on Gino. Mariners farm system is really loaded. One of the best farm systems in baseball. They've already created some of the top talent in baseball, starting with Logan Gilbert being a first-round pick back in 2018. George Kirby, a first-round pick in 2019. Emerson Hancock, first-round pick in 2020. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch to Suarez, swinging a foul out of play in the first base side, and the count is still the ball and 2 strikes. And in 2021, the Mariners get Bryce Miller in the 4th round and Brian Wu in the 6th round. Cole Young, a first-round pick, so a lot more talent along the way in the next few years. Next offer on the way, swinging a foul out of play down the right field side, and the count is 1-2. Cade Anderson, a first-round pick this year out of LSU, and many others. Sarno Montez having an outstanding season in the minor leagues this year. Sloan, a young pitcher. The stretch, and again the 1-2 to Gino. It's up high, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You got to have a strong farm system, and the Mariners have that. Creating what's here right now, and more kids along the way coming to the big leagues. The stretch, and the lefties 2-2 to Gino, swinging a bounce foul inside the Blue Jays' third base dugout. The count is still even at 2-2. Hardy with a new baseball from Ben May, the plate umpire. Story tonight for the Blue Jays, number 1, of course, the offense, but also Shane Bieber. Veteran right-hander, 6 innings tonight. Gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, no walks, and he struck out 7. The 2-2 to Gino, and it's high and outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Tomorrow it's going to be Luis Castillo against Max Scherzer. We'll see on the radio at 4:30 for our pregame show. Game 4, the best of 7 ALCS. The 3-2 check swing. It's a foul as Gino just got enough of it, trying to hold up on the swing, which he did. But fouled it off of Kirk. And the count is still 3-2, and right now this is a 9-pitch at bat for Gino. Harry Ford on at first base. With a big plane off the back. Next offer on the way, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Mariners have 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that's going to bring up Mitch Garver. Garver to bat for Canzone, the right-handed bat. For Mitch Garver, a couple of nights ago in Toronto, a triple off the wall in straightaway center field. One on and 1 away. The stretch and the pitch to Garver. Breaking ball is outside for ball 1. (13-4) Blue Jays. Now the look in by Fluharty. Delivers low and inside in the dirt. The ball gets on by Kirk. Now he takes off to go chase after it, and down to second base goes Harry Ford on a wild pitch. So Ford on at second with 1 out, and the count is 2-0 on Garver. Mitch back up there. Now the look in by Fluharty. Delivers, swing and a pop-up. Foul ground, right field side shallow. Long run for Guerrero near the seats. He's got some room, leans back, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So the Mariners are down to their final out here in the bottom half of the ninth. Blue Jays way out in front by a score of 13-4. And the batter will be Victor Robles. One more out, and the Blue Jays will have their first win of the League Championship Series to make it 2-1. And the Mariners will try to make it 3-1 with Luis Castillo on the mound tomorrow night. Here's the stretch by Fluharty. Delivers, swing and a liner, waking a one-hopper out to Guerrero at first. He's got it, takes it to the bank for the out. And the Blue Jays win Game 3 of the ALCS in a big way, 13-4. The Mariners lead the Blue Jays by a score of 2-1 in the series. And they will take on the Blue Jays tomorrow night in Game 4 right here at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners had the quick 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning on the home run by Julio Rodriguez. And then the floodgates open. Toronto with 13 runs on 18 base hits. Mariners added 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th on the home runs by Randy Rosarena and Cal Raleigh. So the Blue Jays will win it tonight here in Seattle. Final score of 13-4, and we'll be back with a lot more from T-Mobile Park right after this timeout.
Papa Murphy's dares you to turn up the sweet and the heat with 3 bold new ways to pizza. Introducing the ultimate pepperoni with Mike's Hot Honey for flavor lovers and heat seekers alike. For just $9.99, you can start with the bold, our ultimate pepperoni with 2 types of pep, or turn it up with the bolder, ultimate pepperoni drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey, or go all in with the boldest, ultimate pepperoni with Mike's Extra Hot Honey. 1 hot oven, 3 bold pizzas, each just $9.99, only at Papa Murphy's.
Celebrating more than 25 years in local business. Here's Matt Schupp, founder of Dynamic Decks.
If you already have a deck and you're just like, wow, I really can't use this, it's too hot, it's too wet, too whatever, we can come throw a cover on an existing deck or a patio or just a freestanding out in your yard if you wanted a little gazebo in your backyard. These pergolas that we have also, they're lighter weight and you just push a button and they open and close. They're pretty cool things.
Take a tour online at dynamicdecksinc.com.
Be a force for good. Give Back Northwest is our community's catalyst for positive change. Join us in making a difference by helping those in need, giving back to the community, and being part of something bigger than yourself. From supporting local causes to volunteering your time, every contribution counts. Together, we can create a brighter future. Give Back Northwest, where helping people and building stronger communities go hand in hand. Sponsored by Residential Home Solutions.
Seattle Mariners Baseball is brought to you by Mako Auto Body Shop and Painting and by Phase 3 Digital, the next phase in your marketing strategy.
You know the crowd is ready.
Now back to the Mariners on 700 ESPN.
Well, Game 3 goes to the Blue Jays. 13-4, the final score over the Mariners. And I guess this is one, if you're the Mariners, this is one to forget fast and just move on to tomorrow, because this was after the 2-run home run by Julio gave the Mariners a 2-0 lead. It was all Toronto after that, and that sets the stage for a pivotal game tomorrow. It's either going to be 2-2 or 3-1 after tomorrow.
And Luis Castillo has been up to the challenge. I'm looking for Luis to have a great game tomorrow night to, you know, get the crowd in the ball game, keep the crowd in the game, and shut down this, what has turned out to be a powerful offense. In Game 3, we didn't see it because the pitcher was outstanding, especially by the bullpen in Game 2. But, man, it looked like the Mariners were going to get out there. They jumped out to lead and go run away and hide, but it was the other team that did it, the Blue Jays.
You know, it's so fickle that it's hard to really explain it all in this game. Is what is momentum and how much is it worth? And home field advantage.
Yes.
That's a serious question.
I know.
Right?
In this series, yeah.
Everybody would rather play at home.
Sure.
Right? Everybody would rather begin a series or begin the next set of a series with the momentum, but the Mariners had all the momentum in this one, coming back to home. And not only did they lose, they got boat race today.
I mean, to me, especially in the postseason, the idea of momentum, the idea of home field or road, it just always comes down to who's starting on the mound and how they pitch, right?
Yeah, it's the bottom line. Yeah.
If you got a guy who's rolling, it doesn't matter where he is.
Tarek Skubal could have pitched on the backside of the moon.
That's right. And the Blue Jays went wild today offensively. If Castillo comes out and does his thing tomorrow,
sure,
what they did today is not going to matter, right? And
Absolutely.
The same thing for Bieber was really good today. If Scherzer comes out and is more like the guy we saw at the end of the season and the Mariners knock him around, it's not going to matter what Bieber did today. And the momentum of today's game for the Blue Jays won't matter if Castillo's rolling and Scherzer's not, especially in the postseason. I know the swings are so wild, but part of that to me is just about who is on the mound the next day.
It's all about that guy. And Bieber settled down right away after he gave up that 2-run home run to Julio. There was a double by Polanco, a ground rule double. And then all of a sudden he gets 2 really good hitters. The Mariners were looking to add on, and who knows what happens if it's 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Could be a different ball game, but Bieber got it done in the early part of the ball game and shut the Mariners down the rest of the way in 6 innings.
I think to your point, Gary, about momentum as your next day starting pitcher, that's why you have to be optimistic about the Mariners in a 7-game series.
Yes.
Because they will have that advantage more nights than not.
Yeah. And honestly, hey, the Blue Jays are a really good team. They won the most games in the American League this year. They had a really good offense. Would it have been great for the Mariners to sweep them? Sure. Was it likely? No. Because they're really good. And when you get to this stage, there's 4 teams left. And you knew they're going to punch back. They punched back today in a big way. Now, the question is, do the Mariners have the answer back tomorrow? One of the interesting parts that we just saw a moment ago, I couldn't help but notice Luis Castillo was the last guy going to the clubhouse. He just kind of stood at the top step and watched. And it's interesting because he did the same thing in the Tigers series.
He's always up to the challenge because in Game 2, guess who he's facing again? Tarek Skubal. And he went 4 2/3 scoreless innings, gave up only 1 hit in that outing, no walks, and he struck out 4, and the Mariners ended up winning that ball game by a score of 3-2. So he's always up to the challenge. He pitched the final inning of that 15-inning game against Detroit. So they don't call him the Rock for nothing.
Mariners lose 13-4 the final. Let's pause for station identification on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
I don't care what the scoreboard says. At the end of the game, we're going to be winners.
Broadcasting from the Turf Club Sportsbook at Northern Quest Resort and Casino Studios. This is 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Spokane.
All Blue Jays tonight, 13-4 final. We'll come back with more right after this on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. There's no better way to catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, access to exclusive pre-sales and events, and more. And you've got 2 great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark so you can make your favorite spot home all summer long, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season.
Oh, he makes the catch. What a snag by Julio Rodriguez.
Or go with a Flex membership, which gives you the freedom to choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go. Terrace Club, bleachers, right behind the dugout, divvy it up however you want. This season's been a whole lot of fun, and you won't want to miss out in 2026. Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
The Mariners, their 3rd consecutive shutout win.
Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Why is Mazda of Everett the #1 dealer on the West Coast? Mazda of Everett is locally owned and operated for 20 years. They work hard to get you their best deal every time and to make sure you drive away happy. With over 700 new Mazdas, they stock more than anyone in the Seattle area. Find out for yourself why people keep coming back to Mazda of Everett. Take advantage of the Mazda of Everett price during the More to Move You sales event. MazdaofEverett.com. Claims based on Mazda USA inventory and sales reports.
Fall is here and change is in the air. Are you looking to get more out of your personal or business banking? If so, check out Mechanics Bank. They're one of the safest and soundest in the country. They put customers first and help businesses thrive, and they positively impact the communities they serve. Stop by one of their 32 branches throughout the Pacific Northwest today or online at mechanicsbank.com. That's mechanicsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Game 3 goes to the Blue Jays, so the Mariners lead this series 2-1 now. 13-4 final. Mariners will look to return the favor tomorrow. 5:33 first pitch. Luis Castillo, Max Scherzer coming up tomorrow.
He's a new guy.
Yeah, he's. Do we know anything about him?
Pretty good.
I mean, that's the question, I think, when I think about tomorrow and Scherzer. He's not the same as he has been, but I guess the question for a guy like that who's been there so many times, can he rekindle it for just a day, just one night? Because that's all they're asking of him. Can he do it for one night? And that to me is the big unknown heading into tomorrow.
Yeah, you got a couple of Titans on the mound, Luis Castillo and Max Scherzer. Will his, success of the last 18 years or whatever he's pitched in the big leagues carry into tomorrow night's game? Does he have anything left? And we'll find out. We'll see if the Mariners can jump on him early, add on, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. Luis Castillo, I know, is going to be ready.
I mean, it might be the last postseason start of his career. You never know how things will shake out for Mad Max, but he's been one of the all-time greats, one of the most dominant of his generation, a generation that has had some just dudes a part of it, and he's one of them.
And one of them's retiring this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kershaw. That's all the Blue Jays have as many questions as we do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just hoping, to your point a moment ago, that he can just find it for 4 innings. They've got Bassett ready. I mean, similar to tonight, although tonight obviously went very poorly for the Mariners. You'd rather be in the Mariners' position tomorrow than the Blue Jays.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first you're up 2-1.
Right, yes.
And you got the crowd.
I'm speaking more to the starting pitcher.
Specific the matchup,
yes.
yeah.
I mean, Scherzer has done it to a higher level, but who do you want right now? It's obviously Castillo.
And I also think, and we'll see if Dan talks about this. He's talking right now to the media. There is a woo factor. And I don't know how he will be used. Could tomorrow, if you get in a situation where you need a couple innings, we see Woo come out of the bullpen and give the Mariners 2 innings. Given tomorrow's a pivotal game, as we mentioned, 2-2 or 3-1. That's going to be it after tomorrow. Could Woo be used? I think he was in the bullpen tonight down there. Was he? He was hanging out there. As I say, he's in the bullpen. I don't know if he was planning on being used, but that is out there as well.
And he's on the roster.
Yeah.
So they were planning on using Brian at some time in this American League Championship Series. So hopefully that inflammation of the pec muscle is okay. Would love to see him be healthy, number one, because when he was one of the best pitchers in the American League.
And who knows what he'll look like.
That's exactly it. That's the tricky part.
He just threw a live BP just a few days ago.
I mean, think back to when the Mariners swept the Astros in September. That's forever ago.
Yeah.
That's the last time he was on the mound.
And he was amazing.
And he was incredible. I mean, like all season. But this is not what he's gone through in terms of his layoff is obviously not a normal thing for his line of work.
Yeah.
So how sharp will he be? Obviously, he could not go as long, and that's why you were talking about the bullpen. But just kind of what will his stuff look like? I think the velocity will probably be just fine based on he's going to be pretty jacked up to get back on the mound. But just how sharp will he be?
Yeah.
That being said, we don't like to know.
Yeah.
you run him out there at some point when it's appropriate.
Velocity will be there. Will he have the control? Will he be able to put the fastball in the breaking pitches where he wants to? He's a tough kid. Hopefully he's healthy.
Yep. 13-4. Mariners lose to the Blue Jays. We'll come back with more right after this on the Global Credit Union Mariners Radio Network.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. There's no better way to catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, access to exclusive pre-sales and events, and more. And you've got two great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark so you can make your favorite spot home all summer long, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season.
Oh, he makes the catch. What a snag by Julio Rodriguez.
Or go with a Flex membership, which gives you the freedom to choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go. Terrace Club, bleachers, right behind the dugout, divvy it up however you want. This season's been a whole lot of fun, and you won't want to miss out in 2026. Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
The Mariners, their third consecutive shutout win.
Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
October baseball is back in Seattle, and the official airline partner of the Mariners is inviting you to go further with Atmos Rewards, a loyalty program by Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines. Atmos Rewards is the #1 airline rewards program, offering you more ways to earn and redeem points on over 1,000 global destinations. Seize the moment, Mariner fans. Sign up today at atmosrewards.com. That's ATMOS rewards.com.
Baseball fans, it's time to step up to the plate and swing for a grand slam at the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot Casino Resort is always a home run. With the best games, the best restaurants, the best pool and spa, and the best rooms and luxury suites. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Well, Game 3 goes to the Blue Jays 13-4 final. Mariners lead the series 2-1. Big one coming up tomorrow, Thursday, 5:33 first pitch, Game 4. Luis Castillo, Max Scherzer coming up tomorrow. Hey, Mariners.com/October is your go-to spot for all things postseason, from info on tickets and suites to merchandise, watch parties, so much more. Just go to Mariners.com/October for everything you need as the Mariners fight for a spot in the World Series. Mariners will try and take one step closer to that tomorrow. In the meantime, we have the post-game show for you. We'll start that when we come back right after this.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Mariners will play in October.
You've been listening to live postseason play-by-play coverage of your American League West champion Seattle Mariners. Brought to you by Global Credit Union, the Sunset Auto Family in Sumner and Auburn, your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers, Valley GMC of Auburn, and Fireside Home Solutions. Don't go anywhere. Mariners postgame is next.
Baseball fans, it's time to step up to a plate of the finest steaks and seafood at Smokin' Cedar. Enjoy sweeping views from Mount Rainier to Seattle from our heated terrace. The best gaming, dining, hotel, pool, and spa is all at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. The biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you'd never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Hey, baseball fans. Want to stay ahead of the curve? Well, become a Mariners insider. Text Mariners to 24247. That's 24247 to receive text messages including breaking news, pre-sale offers, ticket specials, player messages, and more. Message and data rates may apply. Or if you prefer email, visit mariners.com/insider and sign up to get all the latest info delivered free to your inbox, wherever you are. Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Make the play of the day right at the pump. When you stop at Arco, you're getting quality top-tier gas for less. And that's one for the highlight reel. Take the win at Arco. Savings based on independent retail price survey.
Fastball, strike three, called, and it's over.
This is live post-game coverage of your American League West champion Seattle Mariners.
Walk it up, Leo Rivas. A walk-up two-run home run.
Playoff post-game coverage is brought to you by Alaska Airlines, Fred Meyer, and Global Credit Union.
Got him! A wicked slider. Munoz lets out a yell.
The post-game show starts now.
Well, welcome to the Mariners postgame show. Gary Hill with you for now. Shannon Drayer will be here shortly. In the meantime, we have the highlights for you as the Mariners fall 13-4 to the Blue Jays. 2-1 now, the series lead for the Mariners. It was a great start to this one for the Mariners. Rosarena draws a walk in the first inning. Then Julio ignited this place with a home run as the Mariners took a 2-0 lead.
Julio in the postseason, 6 for 29. With 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. As we mentioned, that big 3-run home run at Rogers Center that jump-started the Mariners offense. Bieber looked back at Randy. The stretch and the pitch to Julio. Swing and a well-hit ball. Deep to left field. Going and goodbye baseball. He almost hit his face on the board, the out-of-town scoreboard in left center field. Julio Rodriguez with another first-inning home run. He had a 3-run blast in the first a couple of days ago at Rogers Center. A line shot 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first inning at T-Mobile Park. And the Mariners with a 2-0 lead, and the crowd is going wild.
Yeah, great start. 2-0. Mariners off and running. Looked like just carryover from what we saw in Toronto, but things would change swiftly. A 5 spot in the third for the Blue Jays, and they just kept adding on. 5 home runs in the ball game. It wasn't until late where the Mariners had a couple more highlights. Randy Arozarena hitting a solo home run in the 8th inning.
This roster, here's a swing and a drive deep to left field. Going and goodbye baseball into the Blue Jays bullpen. Randy Arozarena. 27 home runs during the regular season. There's his first home run of this postseason. And it's now the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 3. As he hits one out to Randy Land. Anything in left field is Randy Land.
And then Cal would go back-to-back with Randy with another postseason homer.
Tommy John Searcher. Here's a swing and a drive deep to right field. Down the line, and this one is gone. Goodbye baseball. In and out of the bleachers in right field. An effort by Lucas to try to bring it back. Cal Raleigh with a home run. Back-to-back home runs for Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh. This ball club getting the fans back in the ball game. It's now the Blue Jays 12 and the Mariners 4.
And unfortunately, not nearly enough as the Blue Jays just pound away offensively, and they win big tonight. 13-4 final score. The Blue Jays take Game 3 of the series. Mariners will try and take Game 4 tomorrow. Big one coming up tomorrow as the Mariners and Blue Jays will meet at 5:33. Castillo against Scherzer coming up tomorrow in Game 4. In the meantime, we have more post-game show coming your way right after this.
And maybe country music singer-songwriter Chase Matthew, Sunday, December 7th at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. Why's he calling? Don't miss Chase Matthew, December 7th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Hey Mariners fans, Dan Wilson here with a reminder to make a play for your health with Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. They're the trusted orthopedics partner for our team and for our fans. If you're a current, retired, or even a casual athlete, having the right orthopedics team behind you can make all the difference. So stay on top of your game. Visit vmfh.org/Mariners and find an orthopedic specialist today.
If you have a holiday party to plan, it's not too early to lock in your spot at T-Mobile Park. Treat your group to a festive experience in an exclusive space like the Muckleshoot Diamond Club or Press Club. Visit mariners.com/events to start planning your party today.
Nothing says Mariners baseball like the sounds of the game. And nothing prepares you for game day like AM/PM. From ice-cold drinks to hot, tasty snacks, it's the perfect play for Mariners fans on the go. As a proud partner of the Mariners, AM/PM is here to keep you ready for every big play, every home run, and every extra inning snack run. So before first pitch or after a big win, swing by AM/PM, where the lineup is always delicious. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skills backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
October baseball is back in Seattle, and the official airline partner of the Mariners is inviting you to go further with Atmos Rewards, a loyalty program by Alaska and Hawaiian Airlines. Atmos Rewards is the #1 airline rewards program, offering you more ways to earn and redeem points on over 1,000 global destinations. Seize the moment, Mariner fans. Sign up today at atmosrewards.com. That's ATMOS rewards.com.
It's championship season. Are you winning with your current bank? If not, check out Mechanics Bank. They're one of the safest and soundest in the country. They put customers first and help businesses thrive. And they positively impact the communities they serve. Stop by one of their 32 branches throughout the Pacific Northwest today or online at mechanicsbank.com. That's mechanicsbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whether home or away, Mariners fans can win every day. Because when you fuel up with our proud fuel partner, Arco, you're getting quality top-tier gas for less. So be a team player to your wallet and pay less like a pro. Now that's one for the highlight reel. It's time to enjoy your winning streak at the park and the pump. Take the win with quality top-tier gas for less at Arco. Savings based on independent retail price survey.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you.
See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
Julio in the postseason, 6 for 29 with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. As we mentioned, that big 3-run home run at Rogers Center that jump-started the Mariners offense. Bieber looked back at Randy. The stretch and the pitch to Julio. Swinging a well-hit ball. Deep to left field. Going and goodbye baseball. He almost hit his face on the board, the out-of-town scoreboard in left center field. Julio Rodriguez with another first-inning home run. He had a 3-run blast in the first a couple of days ago at Rogers Center. A line shot 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first inning at T-Mobile Park. And the Mariners with a 2-0 lead, and the crowd is going wild.
Julio Rodriguez with a postseason moment of the game, brought to you by Key Bank. Seize the moment, Mariners fans. Key Bank opens doors. Shannon Dreyer, Ryan Roland Smith coming to you with a post-game show right here as the Mariners, I think some fans are leaving a little bit stunned right now. Fall 13-4 to the Toronto Blue Jays. The good news is they're still a game up right now, Ryan Roland Smith. Where do you go after a game like this? What do you look at?
Yeah, I mean, tough one. It was a situation where you come out of those first 2 games and you can look at it and say, well, look, simply put, this is a team that's going to swing a ton early. If you're in the strike zone, getting good counts, good things happen. But, you know, watching this one, it's just a little bit of a reminder of how potent that offense can be. Because we saw that against the Yankees, and it doesn't simply come down to, all right, going into Game 4 that, okay, we have to fill up the strikes, and you've got to be a little bit better than that. We saw that with George Kirby, especially too early in the count. And so I think that, you know, you come into this game, and you do have a bit of a cushion, really for the first time the Mariners have ever been in this situation, especially in the last 20 years, to have a You're in as far as you've gotten, and here you are, up 2-0 in Toronto. You come back. I'm not saying they took their foot off the gas at all. But again, the Blue Jays are a really potent offense. They do some really good things very well. They're tough to put away, tough to strike out. And so you just got to be a little bit, more wary of that. I think for going out of this game, for Luis Castillo, you can sit on that top step and watch George Kirby. And how do you get beat? You got beat middle of the plate. And so it's just a matter of making better pitches, especially early.
George Kirby pitched with an extra day's rest his last time out. This time, one fewer day rest. Velo was more along what his average was this year, maybe a tick down. Last time out, it was up.
Mm-hmm.
Slider not as sharp from what I could see as well, too. What do you see when you see him in this situation? We knew, to me, this was going to be a tough matchup for him because he likes to fill the zone with strikes. And John Schneider has been very, very open about, we're not going to wait anybody out.
Yeah.
And we know that they put up the most hits in baseball this year, best OPS in baseball this year. This team is at the plate to hit.
Yeah. You know what, too, and you can say, well, he was cruising for 2 innings, and then the third inning, all of a sudden, the wheels came off. But the pitch quality was the same in the first and second inning. You